Here's a good first thing to say live on air. And kind of, Ivan, the video you sent me kind of reminds me of like the one that Sparks put, where it's just like how to make methamphetamine.
Oh yeah, like that stupid capybara meme thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've only seen it in the video where it's preceded by Col0n. Col0n, I love Israel. Col0n, Col0n, I love Israel. Col0n, Israel.
The only thing that anime girl voiceover meme thing reminds me of is like somebody else did one where it was like a crying anime girl or whatever, and it said something along the lines of, "Why did you push the elevator button? You know I love pushing the elevator button. Why would you do that?" Like inconsolably crying.
No, is that the the beans?
Is that the "I will beans you forever" mug?
You're holding it the wrong way. The "I will beans you forever" is supposed to be on the outside.
Right.
I know, but
"I will beans you forever" is the face you present to the world, while vanilla is the one you keep hidden away, locked inside.
I'm just a little more open about.
You're obviously missing the symbolism of the mug, I think.
Oh.
I'm a little more open about my vanilla. Let's just say that.
Whoa, cleaning lady made camera face sealing.
Oh, it's like Cheney.
It's like Cheney. Also, I don't know if you guys knew this, but like a couple months ago, Johnny D died.
Who?
The dude that like PewDiePie did like some like old guy that just sang karaoke videos.
Oh no.
I know, it was sad.
Was he the All-Star guy?
Huh?
Was he the one that would sing All-Star over everything, or am I thinking of somebody different?
I don't know. He just made like karaoke videos for like any song you can think of.
That to me, like, that's like if Buff Corell died.
It's basically that, but like he was like a real old man, and it was cute.
Oh,
sad.
Yeah. Oh, that's upsetting. Anyways, Steins Gate Zero's back. You guys miss it? I like with these 2-week breaks. Maybe I'd rather do it every week, but since there are 2 weeks in between them, I forget how much I hate Steins Gate Zero before we start over again. So there's at least something good that comes of that.
Speaking of something good, Ivan, I feel like you have Adam, I feel like you have something to show the people now that it's actually a Steins Gate stream.
Oh, you're right. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. Hold on, let me make sure the maximum amount of people are here before I do that, because this is of maximum importance. So let me just type this up. Haley's Comet spelled Haley, right?
What?
Haley's Comet, Haley. Correct spelling.
Haley.
Yes.
I don't remember.
Well, that's fine. If Ivan doesn't know, nobody on this planet knows.
No, I know the scientific definition of a second is 9,192,631,770 periods. This season 133 out of though.
Living up to the username. Gravity's negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Now you know. That one's less fun. Let's see. Friend of yours, watch Steins Gate based on your recommendation. And watch Zero not. That must have been pretty quick that they watched all of that. But dang, how'd they like Steins Gate? And more importantly, how'd they like Steins Gate Zero? Although I guess I'm not really familiar with, oh god, the Zero show. But apparently people think the game is better, which scares the daylights out of me. Also, someone help me out. What does Adam Sandler sound like? I know he like makes noises, but
it sounds like
in New York.
Oh, thank you, David.
West Coast, best.
He's from New York and he's Jewish.
Okay, well, West Coast, best coast. No New Yorkers or any other East Coasters allowed.
So think of like the best coast accent, and then make it the worst coast accent.
Okay, because I watched bedtime stories about 100 times as a kid, like that Adam Sandler movie, but I couldn't do an impression of him, so I'm just gonna read it. Sorry. The first thing is that there's an aspect of borer, separating pieces, of which a person has to be very careful. Even for games which are permissible, a person must be aware that, when they start at the game, they're allowed to take the pieces that they need, if they're going to play right away. However, when the game is over, you're not allowed to separate the pieces because that's not for an immediate use. So at the end of the game, a person has to just pull all the... Why? I mean, I get very happy every time anyone redeems the making me say things, because it's like... You'd think that I like those. That's what this is for. But... What even game is that describing? Whatever. Different game time. Oh, excuse me.
I'm gonna go grab some tea.
That sounds good. When he gets back, I'll grab something too. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, no, Ivan was talking about that. That's so confusing and weird and stupid.
Free money. Woo.
Oh, they didn't go woo for 100 years. They just said woo. Disappointing. I don't know what's up with the Zero show. I mean, if it didn't do that stupid plot point, good. More power to it. I'd rather that. No, I figured as much. Oh no, what's up? It can't be worse than Steven. He's playing Persona 3. And it better not be because they buffed Greninja's up smash. That should make you nothing but elated. Oh, I forgot that these will get you dinged. No. I think, I mean, honestly, first of all, I wholeheartedly believe that it got shadow buffed and not that, like, you totally Mandela affected yourself. Because, like, or wait, no, because I saw that stream earlier today. Like, you kept saying, oh, it works on this person now, it works on this person now. Was there no documented proof of it not occurring, like, earlier? Because I'm sure, like, Smashville, you would not pick that stage specifically because it didn't work. Oh. Well, maybe, I mean, you kept figuring out, like, the tricks of why it would or wouldn't connect. So I feel like maybe at least taking another look at it helped you figure out how to connect it, not necessarily that it couldn't before, but now you know how to. I don't know. Either way, no one should get on you for that. That doesn't make any sense. Like, oh no, the guy who we have deemed responsible for any and all Greninja labbing figured out new stuff about how to connect. Yeah.
The Greninja community's pissed.
Right, even though Nick is the Greninja community. They are nothing without him. So, The fact that he's figuring out the tricks means they should be grateful, not on him about thinking that you couldn't before. Bizarre. Can I even get back already? I want to go grab water. Yeah.
I mean, water is like a good 3 feet from you. If I know your apartment layout, you can just go.
It's not. If it was 3 feet, I could go walk there with the headphones attached. But no, I can't because then you'd cry because you'd be all alone.
My crying will be muted.
I still don't want it to happen. Just because I don't hear it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Anyway, I guess while we've got time, I can show off. Maybe this will make you feel better, Nick. Somehow, we have a figure that I've been wanting to show off for a little bit. Yeah.
You should have a Stream Deck thing to like turn off a green screen.
Why?
Well,
Oh,
so that and if any you need to show anything on camera that's
you're
green.
right. That's a good idea. I love. She's not green.
I mean, it might be green enough for the green screen to catch. I don't know. Your room's dark enough to where it'll be funky.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, I mean, I'm wearing a green shirt right now, and it's like getting a little fuzzy, but it's not too bad. Anyway, this is the figure I wanted to show off. Yeah, you're right. It gets a little cut off, but you can kind of see what it's supposed to. I'm sure you could tell what it is. We got Big Chungus. Look at him. My fragile chung guy. So yeah, thank you, Lucas. I very much appreciate that. And now it sits right next to... Uh-oh. It sits right... I do not want to make this thing fall over. It's very ornate and expensive. So I'm told. I didn't remember what the price was, and I don't want to look it up because gift prices are cringe. Anyway, this should look familiar. Remember when this character was fun? We liked them? At least I did a lot. Dude.
Thank God it appears on the screen fine.
Yeah, Ivan and Martin are insane. And as a joint birthday thing, yeah. Suzu a figure. This bicycle, I swear to God, it works. Like, it is so ornate and, like, specific. Like, all of these little things connect. I think it works. I'm sure,
No,
like, Toy Story style, if I leave it alone or look away for too long, if it wasn't, like, on my desk, she would have biked out of here by now.
No, I saw it on eBay and I thought like, oh, it's perfect for Adam. Like, I gotta get this for him for his birthday or something, or like Christmas or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, David, 1, you didn't have to give me anything, and 2, it was Chaos Child, the other Col0n game that I guess I'm gonna have to check out. And then they also, they're nuts. There's also this one. I'm sure everyone else is less familiar with that, and I've shown it off before.
Bello.
I just got done showing off the figure that I was given. I appreciate Lucas a lot for the Big Chungus. Also Suzua, but Chungus. Alright, now I gotta get water.
Have fun.
I will. I didn't want to leave poor Martin alone.
Yeah, I know.
We'd all crack under that pressure.
Truly. So Martin.
What you doing? Also, whenever I'm muted, yeah.
Oh, if they're talking or something, while they're talking, they might as well tell you their annulus to give me.
Different roommate.
Yeah, he might still have one. Who knows? But
No, he doesn't.
I was gonna say. So what chapter One Piece are you on now?
0.
0, dude. Last time I talked to you, you were literally on chapter like 400. You don't need to lie just because we're on stream, Martin.
So Ivan, since I've clearly read chapter 400, would you mind maybe recapping chapter 400 since I clearly know it and want to.
400's probably gonna be around. Like you're probably towards the end, like beginning of Subodhi.
I totally know who Subodhi is, bro, and I totally haven't started One Piece at all, and I'm not planning on it anytime soon.
That's what I said till circa a week and a half ago.
Granted, I genuinely don't really care.
It's basically
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
You get sent enough Q&A screenshots from Ivan, and you realize how cool the guy that makes it is. You if you're me anyway, it becomes a very tempting prospect,
actually.
and it's really
Imagine
cool.
you're the
I like it.
author. Imagine you're the author, and the dude, like, people ask you how big one of the characters' boobs are, and you respond with you having a conversation with yourself, and then what the character would say of her, like, making you pay her.
And also beating you up.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. You probably won't hear me referencing it unprompted. So at least you won't have two people doing that. The dynamic won't change so much just because now I've started reading it.
That just means I'll have to do it as much for two people.
No, you don't. You already do. No, but I very much appreciate it because it's the first time I've ever like read a manga or what have you, and it had like, and I think it still does. I'm in like chapter 100 something or 90, 80, whatever, and it has like read this way on it, like at the top of the pages in case I forget. It's so great. Excuse me.
You know, I was doing the thing where I like remember that thing that like I told you about, me and Jaden joking about like just going into a VC while Crash was there. And I was doing that, but insinuating that Martin was on chapter 400 of One Piece.
Which is just a lie. I couldn't recap chapter 400 if I tried.
Martin, me, you, and Jaden were sitting in that VC the other day, and you were like, "Guys, like I feel so bad. Like I started reading One Piece and I just can't stop. I'm already in chapter 400. Yeah, it's become a problem. Don't tell anyone about it." So I haven't told anyone about it. I just want to talk to you about it.
I think
Yeah,
it's
thanks
funny.
thanks for not telling anyone in like a public thing that's being recorded. That'd be such a shame because like it'd be so
Yeah.
bad if like that secret got out.
No,
and it was
I just
secretly
want to
into
let you
One
know that I'm
Piece.
here. I'm here for you, Martin, and it's okay. You can talk.
You're not alone. You're
Not
actually not alone though, by the way. I think Robbie had that literally happen to him, except he's been watching the show. And like by the time, like the amount of time since I talked to him last night and tonight, he somehow like watched up to 60 something episodes of it. Like time doesn't work that way. How did he do that?
Ew.
It's like all of that information was like compressed somehow. Like all of the, I don't know. It's very bizarre.
Yeah, but bro, that moment in chapter 399 when Luffy did the thing. Oh, Hochi Mama, you know?
Like, wait till you get like 20 more chapters, probably around 420. No joke, probably somewhere around there. Something like a really goddamn cool moment happens.
I don't think I mean, he went from like 40 or 30 to 60 in like a day or something like that. It's nuts. Don't quote me on that. I don't want you to think little of him. Haha. Short. Anyway, so this is Yajo. You remember telling me about how when you great start.
Hold on, I think somebody's getting FBI raided. I hear noises of things falling and being broken into, and I'm scared, bro.
Me? You?
Shit.
Crazy. They're crazy out there. I don't know what they do out there, but they're crazy. I hear banging noises.
The Counter-Strike
night.
birds.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I ended up taking Maho back to the lab where everyone was waiting for my return. It's been 2 weeks after all. Suzuha had actually
Since
gone out
what?
for since last the lab was returned to.
Oh, I thought that was something he said because I wasn't looking.
Oh,
Yeah, also,
I know my
I'm
Okabe
gonna-
impression's very good.
I'm gonna ghost stories, Maho. I'm just gonna progressively get more and more incomprehensible.
With that as a starting point, we're in for a treat. Suzuha had actually gone out once to look for me, but evidently by that time I was already gone.
Well, I'm glad it was nothing.
After I gave
answer
an
to the
introduction.
question of what rich people don't have and what poor people do have, and if you eat it, you'll die.
What is that?
It's a riddle.
I've like heard it recently. Why?
It was in that terminal montage Undertale video.
Ah, damn it! I outed myself. After I gave an introduction and an explanation, everyone let out a sigh of relief. My host seemed to want to ask a lot of questions about the lab, but I had something I had to finish first. I'm sorry, where were we?
We were talking about another group looking for Kagura.
Oh my god, I don't care. I mean, yeah, that's right.
You were talking about the show, like people thinking the game is better, so you don't understand the show. It's like the whole Kaguri being the other chick thing.
Yuki?
So they had Kaguri and the other chick exist at the same time,
Mm,
but they still insinuated that the other chick was like a bad guy.
Yuki.
Yeah, like the thing about like they do a raid in the lab and she gets kicked in the arm.
Right, yeah, you're talking about
like
that.
the lady in like the black suit gets kicked in the arm, and then the next scene you see the other chick. She has a bandage on your arm.
I guess that's just unrelated then.
It's
Yeah.
apparently just unrelated in the
And it's
show.
never addressed.
Complete
Never addressed
red
again.
herring.
Complete red
For no
herring.
reason.
Can Fubuki be important in at least one of the endings so it feels like the 20 hours we spent with her and me not hating her are worth it? Because I don't hate her yet.
I mean, we'll find out when World War III happens again.
Right. Because, you know, she
It's
does what we all want to do.
One World War, the World
Lay
War
in a
III
hospital
happened
bed.
by now.
No, it happens on the 25th.
Fifth, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that true, Kiryu? Nice.
It's true, bitches. I'm back.
I looked back down at Moeka's report where she'd written all the details. She'd even hired a private investigator to check it out, which probably meant that it was true. There's no chance it was Suzuha? Well, I thought of that, but
Some people looking for her were men. Some are even foreigners.
foreigners? Why would they be looking for Kaguri? Well, I'm the only one with any connection to Kaguri in this time, so why would anyone... Could it be Col0n? Maybe Col0n realized that she was from the future and had gone looking for her? But if that was the case, then Moeka would have to know about it. No, the rounders were all given their orders individually, so it would make sense if she didn't know what the others were up to. Kaguri Shin has been here for 12 years. She has to have met some people during that time. Or more like, she couldn't survive that long without somebody's help.
Literally my line.
Oh, sorry.
You're going crazy. But you already said it, so it doesn't even matter.
That's true. I spoke to myself because that was my thing that I said. Oh, why is the Smash ID always up? I turned it off last time. How did it come back on?
Well, the password's 21 if you want to join.
21. In other words, what this report tells us is someone who knows Kaguri Shina okay, that wasn't even me. That was the game that time. Someone who knows Kaguri Shina has started looking for her recently for some unknown reason. Come on! I thought I was bad. Someone who knows who Kaguri Shina is oh, no, I was wrong. Damn it, it was me. No. Someone who knows who she is.
Forgot a comma there. That's what happened.
No,
This
is
Shina
correct.
is, comma, has started looking for her for some reason.
No, there's no comma there. They did it right. I was stupid.
Wait, hold on.
Someone
No,
who
I
knows who
think maybe
Kaguri Shina has started looking for her recently for some unknown reason.
That sentence doesn't make any sense.
That means that at least until recently she was alive.
Oh, that's right.
Unless they could travel through time like Suzuha. If they were looking for her, that meant that they didn't know where she was until she disappeared. If people had started looking for her in the last few months, that meant she'd been alive until then. There was nothing else to be learned from Moeka's report.
What do you do when they come for you?
The boys
Bad
are back in
boys, bad
town.
boys.
Oh,
Should
wrong
have
song.
to- Yep.
Shall I continue the investigation? If people were looking for Kaguri in Akihabara, that meant she might still be here.
Alright.
Well, no, if they looked for her in Akihabara and didn't find her, that means she's not there. Idiot. Moeka took her payment. Oh, this is the guy! I don't know if you can see it on stream or on the, like, the Discord screen share, but just that Natsu guy, the guy with the profile picture of, like, the guy on the beans
Sasuke?
mug. Yeah, Sasuke. The guy on the beans mug. Is,
I know that. I guess I watched Naruto with my dad as a kid, but still. Like,
I should have known that. Anyway, he's the
He's
guy
so
that
cool.
messages me on the hour every hour saying, "Hey, sup bro, what's up? You there? You there? Respond, hey, yo, what's up? You up? Like, it's so annoying. I don't know why I don't block him. I kind of
You know
like
who
the
it is?
attention. No, I don't. We have no mutual like friends. We have the only thing is I probably played TF2 once. He was in the game, and then friended probably everyone in that game. I don't know that I'm his only one that he's stalking. Oh well.
Getting stalked by TF2 players.
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
Also, Stephen, no, there was no reason for that so far.
You
Because
should,
this
Not that we know of, but I don't think
so
so.
far.
Yeah,
But
'Cause, like-
she is a literal red herring, so like, come on.
yeah. Like, do we even know who her actual parents are or no?
No, she's
No.
an war orphan that has brain damage. Who
I wonder
cares?
if it's Okabe and Karisu. That would just like I don't even know how that would make any kind of sense, especially not in this world line. She's like dead, but like that would just be something that they would do somehow, right? It's just
Who
stupid enough
knows?
where it could be a Steins Gate Zero plot line. This is the game with
It's
the random chimp
it's
event.
There was a random chimp event that hasn't come back.
No.
What was I gonna say? I think that they're more likely to pull some bull about it being like a lab grown Karisu.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
bro, it's a clone. It's a clone.
That would be another couple points to add on to the pile of cliches. Dude, the random chimp event, like, cut to America. Cindy whatever is a reporter, and she has a kid and job at home. If you want that promotion, you better do the story. I don't want to do the story. I've been an actor. Monkeys, dead monkeys. That was a
Dead monkeys. Random chimp event.
Monkey.
Mm.
You cut away from the main story. Why? Monkey. Anyway, Moaka took her payment for the work she'd done so far and left the lab.
Gotta get paid, bitches.
Darwood paid the bill. It seemed,
Wanna
that
get out.
it seemed that when his future daughter was at stake, he was willing to spend money.
Hang on, looking. Oh, wrong way. So you're looking for someone?
Mahua had been looking around with the lab with interest. Yeah, just a girl I know. You don't know women? Oh. Yeah, we do.
Hey, Col0n, what time are you getting home today?
Does this seems like I can decide whether or not that's the case.
I can tell you that no choices matter till January,
Alright.
but yeah, like, what's up with, like, what can we say? Is
Yeah.
that deciding it, or like?
I don't know. I want to go see Okabe's dad. It shouldn't be that late.
I see. Will you eat dinner at home?
The home is where the lab is. Unless you're like a depressed psycho, then the home is at your house and not at the lab where you sleep.
The home is in your own nightmares at night.
But he's used to it.
The lab is home because that's why you call it hang out with the homies.
Mm.
Hanging with my gnomies.
Maybe.
Dude,
I
you're gonna
guess.
get canceled on Gnome Twitter for saying that.
No,
What?
dude, Gnome Twitter will love that. I'll give them my gnome story, a story of me being harassed for being a gnome, and Gnome Twitter will eat it up, dude.
No,
I'll
but
get
that's
so much
gnome
traction.
appropriation, dude. They're gonna
No, it's
cancel you
not,
for
dude.
gnome
I'm- dude,
appropriation.
Are you
I
allowed to be
do,
a gnome if you're like over
My
5 feet
mother's
tall?
aunt, my
I don't
mother's
know.
aunt is literally a gnome.
All my friends are gnomes.
Cool. That means you're allowed to use Gnome Twitter.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got? What problem do you have with it, Martin? What are you talking about?
I
I'm
think.
saying that
are
I
you
don't want guys to be
nomophobic?
canceled.
Martin, I
never-
think you're
Martin,
nomophobic.
I think Martin is a nomophobe.
Adam, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, never mind.
That's
Basis
you
for
at least
anything you're
three. I
talking
think you
about.
at least
You have
3
no
retweets on Gnome
basis for
Twitter.
any of these
Yeah.
accusations. They're all baseless.
You're right. You're right. I'm glad we're all gnomes. You know, we can
Well, we're
gnome
all
around with each other.
gnome.
Yeah,
Well,
dude, I know me saying.
Yeah, we know what each other's saying.
Dude, whatever we gnome down, we gnome up.
Dude, I really want them to open gnome Twitch so I can just migrate. Be the number one
I
gnome
hate-
streamer.
I hate Twitch. I would be all over Gnome Twitch.
Gnome.
Nope.
Would that
Yo,
be
can we
what
get
I have
some?
to
Can
call
we get
it?
some? Can we get some gnome primes in the chat?
Can we get some gnome pride? Wait, would they? There's no way that you'd be allowed to have a competing streaming service called Gnome Twitch, right?
It's just the Twitch logo with a gnome hat.
Yeah.
No Gnome I Twitch. Like there's an I like iPhone, but like an I in front of Twitch. Gnome I Twitch.
Like gnome, I'm saying, but gnome, I'm Twitch.
Yeah.
Like every single sentence has to contain a gnome pun, otherwise you're banned from the platform.
Wow. Oh.
I mean that's pretty obvious if you gnome over it a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, it worried me that some of the gnomes looking for Kagari still weren't gnomish. Okay, well, oh, sorry. I forgot it's the email.
Okay, I'll have something ready.
Huh? Why?
Your mom asked me to.
Oh, I just remembered. Some guys from school wanted to go out tonight.
Oh yeah, that's a shame. I was gnoming to make something good.
No. Sorry.
It's okay, I'll just make some for your dad then.
You don't have to do that. I'll get him something on my way back.
It's okay, leave it to Mayushi.
Sorry, Dad.
Ah.
Oh. Have we unlocked any wallpapers?
I don't think this game has anything fun, so
Wait,
probably
hold on.
not.
I think the one with the time machine's a new one.
Yeah, maybe.
Does it say FG 204?
I
Who
think
knows?
something. Yeah, FG204.
So Ivan, if you ever watch the 4Kids version of One Piece, this is a reference that you'll probably like, bro.
That's true, dude. That's true.
Instead of lollipop.
Yeah.
I mean, this
It's
is
a
my
reference,
actual
but-
phone wallpaper. But that's also. Why did it move the icons?
Whoa.
What are you guys thinking? New ending. We gotta get a new wallpaper.
Angry
previous
Upa.
ending, we had the
what's the
golden
guy named
one.
Incineroar from Upa?
Not bad. What were you
What's
saying?
right now we're getting the Maho ending.
Yes.
Let's see, Maho is a Japanese American, so like cow, American, burger, rising sun, Japan.
Sounds good to me. Any objections?
Well, I used to see the rising sun flag.
I do love me the rising sun.
Oh. Even outside of CERN, there were people all over the world who would jump at the chance to learn more about the time machine. If they somehow learned that Kagari was from the future, that could mean that she could get caught up in some kind of trouble.
Alright, Okrin, give me the Quisk. Give me the Quisk on Hyajo.
Is that TLDR? Also, is Quisk a tip?
Is it?
Oh, it didn't show up.
No, it is. What are you-
Whoa, you know, like it's on our thing, but like we don't have it selected on the left. There's like
Where is it?
Quisk, a net slang, a shortening of Kuwashiku, or give me the details. Used when you want more information about something.
Oh, maybe it didn't have it selected because we've gotten Quisk before. And
Maybe.
like if you open the tips menu like this, yeah, like I'll deselect it, and then open the tips menu, and there's Well, never mind.
Well, the phone's just going crazy.
Ugh.
It's like the goddamn cereal, like Quisp. Even though it's just crisp, but like the mascot has a lisp or something.
What?
Or they couldn't call it crisps because
No, there's a cereal out there called Quisp with like a Q and like
Catherine. With a
Catherine.
Q. Yeah. I already told you everything there was to know, though. She was Dr. Escadet's assistant, and both she and the professor had been very good to me. I was helping with their work a little. I'd told them all this before.
Well, for example, is there gonna be like a super development where she suddenly becomes a lab member? I mean, that'd be ridiculous.
Super. Super Development is a game, anime, or novel, or etc. refers to something that happens which completely ignores the plot and foreshadowing that occurred up until then. The super development instead takes the story in a completely new direction. Similar to the phrase Deus Ex Machina, these completely unexpected plot developments leave viewers bewildered and struggling to keep up.
I mean, listen, if the pin on my hat is anything to go by, that'd be ridiculous.
Also, come on, guys. Now you understand what's gonna happen now, right? Now I have this tip, so every time the game pulls something, just number, whatever number was it?
Well, that's why they had to include the tip in this game, because they use it so often that you gotta figure out what they're doing.
Yeah, like, what a lack of self-awareness putting that in the game.
Or a complete lack of, or a complete self-awareness, and they knew exactly what they were doing.
It's
But
like
that's
the
even
people that
worse.
people that made like Metal Gear Rising or whatever, like the Metal Gear game that was like the zombie one that wasn't a Metal Gear game that they made like after Hideo Kojima left
Survive?
fame.
Yeah, Survive.
Yeah, that one.
Metal Gear
Yeah,
Rising
Rising.
is,
Yeah,
don't fuck with this, Senator!
Yeah, it's that one. Survive, and that one, like the developers of the game just knew whatever they were making was shit, but the company was just making them do it. So like they put a ton of things in there of like just like they would just tag stuff with like Hideo Kojima's name and be like like in like the loading screens like hidden in the background there would be his name, and it was funny.
Oh, it's like
they're
an act of rebellion.
It's like an act of rebellion, yeah, because they're like, this game sucks. Hideo Kojima's gone, and they're just milking the franchise.
Yeah, that sure showed Konami and their bajillion dollars off of arcade pachinko machines.
Yeah.
Probably not. It's more like $1 trillion.
Well, then, can I at least call her Maho whatever? Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna, because... Maho whatever. Okay. Did I get your name wrong? That's not it. It's just a weird thing to say. Adding whatever to my last name? Like you're Maho whatever or something, right? Maho whatever? Don't you agree, Col0n?
Don't ask me. You haven't even figured out like the nickname yet. You just keep putting whatever.
No, that's her thing. Whatever, whatever. It's whatever you want it to be.
Oh, so I can just
It's
put
clear.
anything after that and it's like acceptable?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just stop calling me that.
Oh yeah, Maho that? I like this. This is funny.
Jojo.
He never changes, does he? But in that game, that's very helpful. Or this game. So anyway, Maho... Never mind. Over choice. I was given too many possibilities and I couldn't come up with one.
It's like when you're in the chip aisle and they ask you, like, oh, pick out a cheese-flavored chip, but there's 500 options and you don't know what to do. So you just end up getting Sun Chips, even though you don't even really like Sun Chips.
Nobody likes Sun Chips.
They're just okay.
Anyway, Maho Sun Chips, what brings you to the lab today? Did I tell you about this place?
Well, it is so neat. There was something I wanted to talk to you about, but I forgot.
For gore.
Yeah, it's a totally relevant reference, bro.
What's
I'm
for
not
gore?
like 5 months late.
What is that?
It's just like a stupid like it was a hip trendy thing to say for a while, where instead of saying I forgot,
When?
it's just I don't know, like
Like,
2 or 3 months ago.
do you know like the
talking about?
origin of that?
Like it's just I forgot skull emoji on, like as an iFunny caption into a bunch
No,
of
I think
random
I've
bullshit.
seen that. Either
Right.
you're like totally. This would be such a good play if you came up with a fake meme to see if I would like play along. But no, I think I have heard this before.
I would never be clever
I
enough to
think
make
you
up
both crazy.
such a wondrous thing as I forgot.
You're pretty dumb.
But okay, either way, keep that in mind because I'll forget about it. Coming up with a fake meme and then tricking someone into thinking that it's real and that they've heard it before is a genius idea, and one of us should use it not in this context.
I think I tried like coming up with slang at one point, and I just started saying that like anything that's cool was ice.
Isn't that? I mean,
Then I
no,
didn't think
you're-
it actually happened, but that was back like freshman year.
Okay. I need ice. Yeah, it caught on.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta see all this. I gotta see this mysterious laboratory, and it looked like you were all busy.
Was she mad?
Yeah, she was really ticked off. Who says you're not picking up her calls?
That's exactly what I expected, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Nothing involving romance, cool it, man. I know what 7 what's in a row means.
It's code for are you secretly dating a robot version of your dead girlfriend?
Much like Ferris's Dangeometer, we have different levels of what's for different levels of romantic urgency.
Is this really bothering you after all today? You know, if you want to stop being a tester, you
No,
can...
no, no, it's only about level 1 danger. No, that's not it, it's just, I hated how I was starting to feel dependent on her. How? In what way?
Well, talk to her
Just some
sometime
buzzwords, dude.
if you ever feel like it. She's lonely. Not like I would know, though, since I'm a blue fan.
Okay. The word lonely made my heart ache a little. But even so, I didn't talk to Karisu that day.
Hold on, could you have had a choice there to call her?
Oh. I big doubt it. And there's no important decisions until later, so it wouldn't matter regardless.
Well,
but
no, because all the decisions are phone call based.
But no, because again, there aren't any important decisions till later, as
You might have been able to, but it wouldn't have been consequential.
big doubt it. And then they talk for a little
I'm
bit.
gonna go and throw away some garbage real quick.
Okay.
You better make your text.
Oh, to my area.
Bye, bitches.
Danger! Wait, so you can just say yes? Wait.
I guess. Bois? Is that a bois emoji?
So he forgets about his dinner plans if you say okay? Sure. Alright, well, I guess this is the alpha timeline now. This is what we're doing.
What's up?
Apparently, number 1, I got scared because it was level 1 danger. And 2,
Damn.
he just kind of forgot about his plans. And is just gonna have
What
dinner
happened?
now.
What?
Yeah,
Did you do the same option?
no. I said, huh, something going on. And then,
How does your text option change whether the plans exist or not?
whatever, stupid. Okay, don't let me forget to...
Wait, so did you choose the same option? Or
No.
a different one?
No, a different option.
Oh, okay. He was probably lying about plans, just so you didn't have to eat Mayuri's cooking because she's a bad cook.
She is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, don't you remember? The joke was that everyone was bad at cooking except Lukaku.
Oh,
And Ferris.
well. Alright.
Danger.
That scared me, really.
Made you jump.
That...
You skip.
Yeah,
skip
but
past.
it wasn't... It was... I don't think there's a prompt there. I'm just gonna assume there isn't. Either way, now we get to go home today. You're welcome.
Okay.
Alright, no more boring room. Several days had passed since Moeka had given her report. I
We
checked...
skipped Okabe's dad. Sad.
Oh, well. At least we ate Mayuri's cooking, probably. Anyway. I checked last night, and evidently there was nothing new to say. She had her deadlines for her magazine, and she said she couldn't spend a lot of time on it. That other group of people who were searching for Kagari Shina concerned me, but I wasn't going to ask her to prioritize it over her own work.
Ooh, Mayushi is very disappointed.
Huh? Oh, was this about the Christmas party?
Yep, Kaede and Baki are both busy.
They are? Why? Weren't they not last time?
I think he made a phone call at some point, and that changed their mind.
What?
Ferris is at work, and Nai's going to spend it with her dad.
Can his dad or her dad spend it here?
And Daru says he's going to have fun with Yuki.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? That's a good thing.
It's a good thing to wait in line for food.
I'd heard that Suzu had gone through a lot of
Fair.
work to set that up. She was always complaining that Dora wasn't making his intentions clear with Yuki. From Suzu's perspective, her own existence was at stake. Even if it was already fated to happen, something still might interrupt it. No. Listen to yourself. More than anything, she probably wanted to see her mom and dad getting along in this peaceful world. If something came out of this, it would probably make her feel better. You sure you didn't want to spend your Christmas with your family? Your dad was reserving a cake. He has to give it back when he's done, though.
You met my dad.
Oh, I ran into him near my house. He was all excited because he was reserving a big cake to surprise... Shit.
I see. Then maybe I shouldn't do that.
Oh, but don't let him know that I told you it's supposed to be a surprise. Oh, the Okabe in this timeline ruins surprises? What a dingus.
Lame.
Yeah, okay. But what are you going to do for Christmas?
Yeah, go figure Fubuki wasn't important. Well, I don't know why that doesn't... I mean, I don't know why that surprises me. I guess I don't have plans. My family never did stuff like that. The guys at school were having a men-only drinking party, but I hadn't been invited.
Because you're not a man.
Guys only, no girls allowed.
Yeah, they didn't let any girls, and then they pointed at me and laughed and said, "Girl, girl." I was not... It was very confusing.
I mean, the idea that all of Okabe's classmates sound like kanji also makes that even funny.
I kept telling them that she wasn't I kept telling them she wasn't, but they insisted on thinking that Mayuri was my girlfriend. Some of them had it out for me because of that. What?
Didn't you say that one year you asked Santa for a present and the next day you found a big vegetable under your pillow?
Yes, and it was obviously stuff left over from the day before. When I went to complain, my dad yelled at me and told me we weren't Christians anyway. Honestly, I'm amazed I actually grew up alright. Well,
Damn.
if you could call how I ended up alright.
Yeah, Okabe, you're a mess. Once Christmas is done, there's Kamima, and then New Year's. The year just flies by.
Oh, you're right. It hadn't flown by for me at all. Yes, it has. Months have been skipped. I'd gone through the same span of days again and again. For me, the year had been unimaginably long.
For us, it's been confusingly short.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. Hey, Col0n, we can't have a Christmas party. How about we have a New Year's party? We could all go visit the shrine and eat osachi and say, New Year's, Happy New Year's.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Although we could alter the location.
Right. Okay, then I'll ask everybody later.
Mayuri stood up to go.
Okay, Mayushi's about to go shopping.
Shopping?
Yep, I need props for Fubuki's cosplay.
Fubuki's cosplay? Second floor basement? What do you mean by that? Sorry.
Okay.
Her forehead don't look right without a hat. It's too big.
Agreed.
Her eyes are on this below the center of her head. What the hell?
Damn. Oh, right. Col0n, Lukaku wanted to talk to you about something.
Oh, thanks for the heads up. I'll try and stay away from here then. Oh, that's right. Lukaku had called me. Oh, and we, didn't answer, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Good. After that, Moeka had come, and so much happened that I'd forgotten. Knowing Lukaku, since I told him I'd call him back, he'd probably been waiting for me this whole time. Idiot.
Retard.
Got it, I'll get in touch with him.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Little did she know that I was crossing my fingers. Mayuri put on her coat, waved, and went out the door. Alright, I should get in touch with Lukaku. I think I'm not going to. I don't think I wanna.
Nah, call Carisi
Really
instead.
don't want to.
I have a better idea than both of those ideas.
Is it gonna strong arm us?
Damn it.
Oh my god. For Christ's sake.
So he wanted to talk to me. What could it be about, I wonder? He wasn't going to tell me he wanted to be a girl again, was he? No, no way. I'd only heard about that because of the phone wave. But then... Well, I'd know once I asked. No! Cancel!
Alright.
Cancel. I'm clicking it, it's not working. Lukaku isn't picking up. Yes! Woo! Oh well. No big. I'd have to send him a Ryan. I typed in my message. Wait, no, it wasn't yesterday though. It was the 20th.
It was several days ago.
Sorry, I forgot.
And then I waited a while for a response to come back, but there was no sign of him reading the Rhine message. Was he busy with something? Couldn't be, he doesn't do anything. For a moment I thought of going to the shrine to see, but if he was busy I didn't want to bother him.
And didn't he have that thing with his dad and his dad's friends that was like we wanted to stay out of, but like
Oh, yeah. Lukaku is gone. Oh, I need to get that on the Stream Deck soundboard, blah blah, whatever. He'd contact me when he had time. Just when I was thinking about that, I heard footsteps coming up the stairs outside the lab. Thank goodness we have a window. Didn't sound like Doru. Doru's steps were a lot heavier.
No,
Come in.
please don't be him. I thought
It's-
Lukaku jumped off a bridge and is dead.
it's the ghost of Christmas past.
I'm here to grant you 3 wishes. Wait, that's a different ghost entity.
My first wish, I want my arm to go up and down like this forever.
Ivan, you want to take Okabe?
Sure.
Alright.
Lukaku.
Oh, good, Okabe, I'm glad you're here. I'm sure the feeling goes
Only
both ways, you don't need
one
to
of
tell
us.
me.
It was Lukaku, the boy I'd just been trying to get a hold of.
Thank you for emphasizing that.
Sorry, I totally forgot, so I called you.
Can we stop pretending that's funny? You're right. I'm sorry, I didn't notice either.
You look guilty as if you'd done something wrong.
I wasn't looking at my phone, waiting every second for you to call me back or anything. It's fine.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Anyway, you've got to be cold. Come in, why don't you?
Oh, sure.
But he hesitated, seemingly distracted by something behind him.
So, Okabe, I was gonna talk to you about something. But first, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Is that okay?
Kagri, come on.
Oh, it's gonna be, yeah,
You
totally.
just walk through that door.
Yeah, that's like so dumb. I would, anyway, hi, Matt.
Someone you'd like me to meet here?
Well, here, let's add to that pile. Amnesia. For some reason, they just have amnesia in this
Not gonna know
timeline.
who she is.
Nope.
Not gonna know who she is. Maybe even better yet. Hopefully, it's fake amnesia.
Oh.
Lying about a cliche on top of another cliche.
No, okay, it's not as stupid as that.
Clicheception.
Nothing that I like unabashedly for no reason would do fake amnesia as a plot line. That's stupid. Anyway.
Lukaku moves slightly to the side, and a girl appears behind him.
You're so right. Like, you're so right. It's so totally. Oh my god.
Hello.
Or you wanna? It's totally Kagri, right?
What?
No way, it's not.
Ivan, you
Nonsense.
madman, you crazy man.
Nonsense. If Lukaku's had Kaguri for like several days, why is it now the time he's human?
If we picked up the phone earlier, would we have gotten whatever? This is stupid.
I don't understand. Rejecting Karisu's call spent a spiral of things into a chain of events that caused Kagura to be an entirely different person, bro. Don't you
Okay.
understand?
Yeah, you know what, dude? We should have like kept points or something. Like maybe for, I don't know, something we play in the future that none of us know anything about. Just like, how does that even? Yeah, I guess that's just not happening in this timeline. Whatever. Maybe she was Yuki, and then is maybe Yuki is real in this timeline, and then Kaguri is maybe she was wearing the disguise and it was a wig or whatever, and then when she hit her head on something, the wig fell off. I don't know. This is stupid and absolutely insane.
Wasn't it? Didn't she have to get like surgery and stuff?
Oh,
didn't they have
yeah.
to get, like that? Yeah.
Plastic. Yeah, no, totally.
Oh, yeah, also the red hair wasn't a red herring, kind of. They address it with the simple, like, Karisu. And then you realize, oh wait, no it isn't.
Dude, fake Karisu cliche got a rack. She got some pizza. Retarded.
Hey kid. Martin, you want to take Okabe since we got
I already said Kurisu.
Oh, sorry.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, not me.
Come on in.
Most do, you'll find.
Thank you.
Well, I ordered her a cup. Ordered. No, I offered her a cup of tea and I poured one out a plastic bottle, and she thanked me in a voice that was almost impossible to hear.
Because it was too high
so
of a
high,
register.
yeah.
Yeah, dog
It was
whistle.
so high I couldn't register. For my part, it was all I could do to keep the hand holding in the cup from trembling. I took another good look at the girl standing across from me. She looks just like her. See, okay, it isn't entirely red hair. It's just a stupid.
Well, if they
contrivance
don't
that
do anything
have
with
had.
it and just kept saying it, then
So yeah, there's no reason for her looking exactly like Risu, then it's red herring.
right. Although
Yeah.
now that they're mentioning it, hopefully that means it comes up. Oh, yeah, cannonballs. Her special buggy balls that she will fire upon the lab when the time comes. Damn it! Said I wouldn't.
Do you remember that? No. Sorrow.
Sorry, just looking at my hat for potential spoilers.
Oh right, the pin.
Yeah. Well, not like Lukaku.
You know,
Girl
from this
from
angle,
Wood-
she's got less of cannonballs than other characters.
Yeah, I think it was just the CG.
Yeah,
The girl really
seriously.
looked just like Karisu. Her brown.
Brown,
Brown?
brownish maybe.
I mean, in the bootleg Chinese figure I have, it's brown, but in everything else, it's red.
It should be copper. It should have a very weird metallic copper texture, but they changed the art style. Damn it. Ah, dude.
She's a ginger stupid game.
Me, Cade, and Lucas were watching a stupid anime earlier, and it was a funny show. And
Oh,
the main
no.
character, like, of just like women, well, piles of women throwing themselves at the main character, and then Cade says something like, "Wait a second, bro, this is unrealistic. This dude's ginger. There's no way he's getting pussy yet."
He is right. Oh man. Also, slanted eyes. That's I was gonna say that's racist, but that's American.
Right now, there was no sign of her strong-willed nature, but other than that, they were identical.
Because she lost her memories.
Well, when I'd first seen her, my heart felt like it was going to stop. But on closer inspection, some parts were different.
Ah, okay. You could have just implied it, asshat.
Yes.
Was she about our age?
Jeez, calm down.
She looked older than Lukaku. I knew Lukaku had a sister. Could this be her?
Oh my Jesus.
She had a quiet air about her that seemed similar to Lukaku.
That's because you're staring and not saying anything.
Also, probably because they're both traumatized. But you know, I thought I remembered hearing that Lukaku's sister was actually quite cheerful.
Shay does know what's important. I can only identify women. Like, when I see a woman, I only see them as 3 numbers. And that's how I tell them apart.
Okabe, like they're just a pale gray polygonal like mesh in your brain.
I see them as polygons. I see them as a mesh.
Right.
Oh, nothing. So Lukaku.
Lukaku.
Oh, excuse me. That's just what I call him, since, you know, he looks like a girl. I just realized it was a pretty rude nickname. I should keep saying it. But it was a habit now, and there was no changing it.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Clanad, for teaching me that. Fukako. That was that came up.
Futuro, I think was what it was.
Oh.
Wasn't it? I think it was Futuro.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
It might just be like the O sound at the end, or So is he saying that his name is
It's
a name
Luke.
that like?
Yeah, it's Luca
Are you
or
saying it's
Shiba.
a feminine? It's a feminine name, is what he calls him, or a masculine?
No,
think-
masculine. I think Lukaku is like emphasizing, yeah, that's a dude. That's why he says Lukaku. I think this has come up before, but I don't care, so I forgot. Much like Kaguri did, because she totally has amnesia, and that's going to probably put us over the double digits of cliches associated with this godforsaken character that I hate.
She'd be looking kind of though.
Well, her expression softened a little. She really did look just like her. I took a shallow breath and forced myself to relax. So, Lukaku, who is this?
Well, remember how I told you my dad had a visitor staying?
Well, yeah, you told me. Is this her?
Yep. Goodness gracious. I mean, I don't know why the shrine, or no, we do know why the shrine had the IBN 5100. I hope there's another good reason for why the shrine has this plot important character.
I hope there's
Plot
no
device,
reason.
the character. No, yeah,
Oh.
that's what Kaguri is. Plot device, the character.
Yeah.
Well, that was a surprise. A Deus Ex Machina, if you will.
Oh, yeah, hold on, I forgot to do the thing I said. A super development.
Super development.
I'm glad we have this here.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought a friend of your father's would be older.
Oh, no. More precisely, someone who my dad knows brought her.
Oh, so Lukaku's dad knows Mr. Skinnet?
Uh-oh.
He been buying from I made a computer program that like matched guide with girls. Because I was like, damn, I need an easier way to find my catchers that are in the. So what I do is I have the people who go to my university. They put their like information in, and then I use it to see which ones I like. And he came over and visited, and he liked that system, so I let him use it once. Then we sent her over there. It's like, she's working for me.
Crutch. Carried. You
So
can't
the
get women by
percentage-
yourself. I win.
I need all the women I want. There's too many women. Like all the women love me. So like when I got all the women I could ever want, like there's just too many. So I make it easier on myself.
You know,
Too
he
many.
picks the
That's
best,
a weak
best.
mindset.
Hey, listen, dude. Once you get to my level, you'll know what I'm talking
You've
about.
already
You don't
lost
even know what I'm
twice.
saying. I've won every single time.
So the person he was, what? So this person, the person, that made me feel a little better.
So I wanted to talk to you about her.
Well, before that, can you tell me your name? It's hard to just keep saying her. It's like she's not even there.
She doesn't know.
Doesn't know.
Yes! Oh, I'm so good!
She's
Yes!
Did I say something wrong?
Actually, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Well, how can we find out who this girl is?
Oh my fucking god!
I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm a genius.
So the
Alright.
war orphan with brain trauma that has been brainwashed and is a time traveler now has amnesia and looks like another character. It's like 7.
Oh, and in a different timeline, impersonated another character.
Oh, yeah, and is an imposter.
Yeah, and has a romance affiliation, whatever. Like, while under the imposter thing, they fell in love with the person they weren't supposed to. I think that counts as 9, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can we think of any others, or is that it? Is that it? Is there's 9 horrible cliches? We're not at double digits yet. I don't think that's it. Yeah,
Probably if she gets reading Steiner again.
maybe. I can't even think of another cliche that she could be. Amnesia. I guess just if we find out she's actually one of the main character's kids, then that will be
Yeah.
number 10, right?
Yeah.
Oh, clone, robot or clone.
Or clone.
Yeah, I think robot or clone is the next logical step.
I
So-
mean, I already said brainwashed.
She already is subject to horrible experiments. I think yeah.
I already said being brainwashed by the main villain.
Right. So it doesn't add to the counter because we mentioned that.
I didn't even have to brainwash her. I just looked at her and she knew that did what I wanted, so she did it.
Pretty
Just like
much.
that for women. See,
That was last stream, but no one watches Final Fantasy VIII.
It took a moment before I understood what he said. Wait a second, Lukaku. Could you possibly mean?
She's got amnesia, she says. I'm so
Amnesia?
fucking smart. Sorry.
Psychoman.
Amnesia. What do you mean by that? I'm actually in really bad shape financially.
Then she doesn't even remember her name?
That's right.
Or who she is?
That's right.
Okay, Meowth.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, of course not. If you didn't know, then it wouldn't really be amnesia, would it?
Oh.
Oh wait, she wouldn't have amnesia.
I don't know why I don't remember anything, but I do remember getting hit by a car.
I bet you don't even remember why you forgot in the first place.
Why'd you come to me?
Oh, me. I thought you might know a good way to bring back someone's memories. You talk about memories in the brain, knowing all the complicated stuff all the time.
Anything you can do to help me bring back my memories would be wonderful.
So Okabe doesn't immediately connect the two ideas that, oh, there's a person we can't find, and oh, there's a person we don't know who she is. And she's about the same age.
Granted,
And
I think as soon as
Suzuha sees her.
Mystery Woman and Suzu are in the same room, they'll realize who it is.
Yeah, you'd think, right? Unless the game pulls some wackadoo, like really, pulls a, what's it called? Yeah.
Well, wait, sure, I talked about that stuff a lot, but I'm just an interested amateur. I don't know anything special.
Electroshock therapy.
I knew how the brain worked and how it was laid out thanks to a certain someone, and I knew what amnesia was thanks to common knowledge. But bringing back someone's memories was a different matter.
Yeah, I'll try. So she is an orphan. War orphan. So orphan.
War orphan adopted.
Yeah. Orphan
Did
and
they say
adopted's the same
adopted before?
thing.
Well, adopted by main character.
Oh, yeah. Child of main character, whatever. Like, taken in by main character.
Brainwash.
Super spy.
Imposter.
Brainwashed by villain. Okay, secret agent. Is that the same as imposter? Would that be categorized as the same thing? Hold on, I need to
don't
write
know,
this down.
Whatever.
No, Steven's trying to collect them all so we can figure out when we hit 10. So we got to figure it out. Okay, so
War orphan, brain damage, time traveler.
yeah,
Adopted.
War
Main character.
orphan, adopted by MC, super spy. Yeah, secret agent.
Brainwashed by main villain.
Impersonating main character.
I got time lost by time
Imposter.
Fell
travel.
in love in spy mission. Amnesia. Oh, what was that other thing you said?
Time traveler.
Oh, time traveler. Twist die? Is that it? Twist death? Is that it? Is that one?
I mean,
Maybe? Not really.
also looks like another character. Like,
Oh,
I guess it's
yeah.
mistaken for another character.
Mistaken identity.
Well, she impersonates Yuki, but looks like Carisia.
Yeah, it's really stupid. Okay, there you go. War Orphan. Oh, War and Orphan were two separate things. War,
Yes.
Orphan, adopted by MC, or main character. Secret agent, impersonating main character. I should have separated this with commas, I'm sorry. I forgot shift tab doesn't work. Fell in love, in spy mission, amnesia, time traveler, mistaken identity. How many is that, Steven? Anyway. I guess we'll continue. We'll think of more as we go.
I already said it.
Sorry.
Even the latest medical technology would be useless.
Useless.
Unless, of course, you had the memory stored in a system like Amadeus.
Can we load her with Karisu brain? Now she's Karisu. That's cool.
I wish.
I see. You could, if only their boob sizes were the same.
Oh, that's the
It's incompatible.
It's
Incompatible.
because of that.
Oh, but there's a problem loading the memories because she doesn't have a brain. She has a computer chip. She's a robot.
secret robot.
Secret robot. Secret robot or clone.
But the girl was visibly disappointed.
Then is there some way you can find out who she is? Kana.
Hardly know.
Seems to be suffering so much.
Kana.
Luca's father gave me that name. He said I needed a name. He said it means temporary.
How clever.
Doesn't
Doesn't sound like a lot of thought went into it.
That's what I was saying, even
That's
though
what
I
I'm
shouldn't have said that.
Lukaku, we agree so much you should jump again.
And it hurt so hard last time.
I said I wasn't going to be using it forever. It would be better this way.
This is infinitely frustrating knowing what she looks like. Like, maybe, although, if you were doing this ending first, maybe it wouldn't be so bad, but this is so annoying.
Well, even then, they had flashbacks during the part before this
Oh.
to Kaguri's existence anyways.
Oh,
so,
that's
like,
true. So this is just frustrating.
You saw the red-haired little girl with blue eyes, and then you see this, and you wonder, I wonder who she's supposed to be. Unless you have the IQ, or unless you have the memory of a goldfish, you're gonna remember.
Yeah, unless you're a writer on Steins Gate Zero, you think this is really stupid and annoying.
I couldn't tell if that was deep or not. Quote, writers from Steins Gate Zero.
Okabe, is there anything you can do? If we could at least find out her name.
Well, I'd love to help, but wouldn't it be much faster to go to a private investigator?
Private investigator, like a detective agency?
Yeah. Even that's going to be rough with nothing to go off of. You didn't even have a wallet or a bag or anything?
No, nothing.
Nothing? Not necessarily something big. I'd imagine there has to be at least one thing.
Maybe if the game didn't do random flashbacks with bouncing around characters, this wouldn't be so stupid.
Right. It maybe if the entire thing was only Okabe's perspective.
And this happened regardless of what route you were on, instead of being a separate chunk of the game. But still, we could probably
Holy
call it
smart.
even without that.
There is one thing, but I don't know if it'll help.
It's gonna be an Oopa. It's gonna be an Oopa.
But she
Yeah.
slowly took out a handkerchief as if it was something that was very important to her. Whatever was inside must have been the thing that she was carrying.
Fairyupa?
What was it, the Oopa?
Well, may I see?
Yes.
Oh. Oh,
nope,
is
you
this,
don't get to see the fairy Upa.
is this gonna, is it about to like do the thing where, like the music box did, which that was never brought up again. Like where Mayuri sees the Upa and then she has it and there's two of them and it's gonna like break everything or something. And now we're in war timeline or something.
I don't think bootstrap paradox is a thing that applies here.
Yeah, I suppose not, but anyway.
Do we ever get any like any closure to whatever, like something about the song that like
Nope.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the song that apparently Kaguri knew.
Yeah,
That was
Kaguri
the-
and
that,
Suzuha.
That Yuki sang to Suzuha.
Even
as a
though they're
kid?
even though they're not. Wait, Kaguri wasn't even Yuki. What? So was that the real Yuki or not? Like,
And
did
the
the
other one?
war timeline shift that around or something?
Well, I think that it like Yuki sang it to Suzuha regardless of which route, which is stupid. But like even then, well, the fact that you in one timeline you have a character impersonating another character the entire time makes it really confusing to tell what's real and what's not. So who cares?
I don't think they do.
Almost at the exact same time, I can't open the handkerchief. I heard my soft voice in the hall that was shopping.
Close enough.
Well, Suzuha was behind her too. Maybe we can finally get rid of this amnesia thing, but just having her look at her at Kaguri.
Maybe.
That was a rare
It'll
connect.
probably not go away, but she'll just be like, "Oh my god, that's Kaguri." we'll be like, what?
And then they'll fight, naked fight. They'll take off their clothes.
Ooh.
Also, is this every single non-Martin character besides maybe like a few, like
Yeah.
maybe one or two, just in the room?
Yeah, this is optimal Martin, please voice Okabe scene.
Well, had they run into each other on the way?
I don't know what you're bidding for, kid, but whatever you want me to do for 1,000, I'll do it, I guess. Oh, Mayuri.
Dang, Cade, he'll do whatever you want. What do you want him to do?
They'll
No,
do
he has to come up with
whatever.
it. So if any of them say
Whatever.
something, if any of them say anything, you can't pick that because it has to be a
Well-
kid original idea.
Well, that's why we're not going to say anything, but we're just emphasizing the whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
It's Luca.
Brother Luca, who is this?
No phone, who did?
She's a guest who's staying with my family. So you don't know? So Suzuwa, you don't know who this is?
Well, it kind of bowed her head a little.
Suzuwa.
So she couldn't see clearly, but
Wow.
well, for some reason, Mayuri gave a happy little sigh as she looked at the handkerchief in Kana's hand.
That's an Upa, right? Oh.
Inside of the white handkerchief was a faded Upa keychain.
Do you like Upa? Maybe she loves them too.
Is this your clue? It was an old Upa keychain. We already established this. Was that really a clue? Yes.
How old is this thing?
Well, it really did come to think of it. Upa was a character from the Rainet Kakeru anime. Upa products have only been around for a few years now. But the one I was looking at was very old.
Hmm.
No, silly. If it's old, it came from the past, not the future. We time travel through time by existing. You know, we're time traveling right now just by sitting here.
In the most boring way possible, yes. Yeah, I could play a video. Sure. Whatever you want. Granted that it's like for 1,000. Granted that it's like under 2 minutes, yeah. Alrighty.
DM.
We can keep going until he sends it to me.
This was probably green to start with. It's Forest Fairy version.
Forest Fairy. Psycho Man. Yeah, he really does do that a lot. Just
Yeah.
he
He's a
pulls
Metal Gear
solid snake
protagonist.
and-
Alrighty.
Forest Fairy.
Here, I'll send it to you guys and we can 0-0 it.
Alright.
One for you. One for you.
It's only 40 seconds. Good. Are you gonna
Alright.
put it in? Are you gonna show it to the class? Or
Yeah,
should
of
we
course I
put
am, of
the
course I
link
am.
To it?
No.
Okay.
There we go. Oh. Hold on. Uno momento. Okay. Alright, you guys ready?
I really like the channel name. That's a really
Yeah.
awesome channel name.
Oh, 360p is the next. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Alright. 3. Okay. 3, 2, 1, 2. Forgot what number came after 3.
Buddy. This is a fucking attitude problem that you have. It's a mature server. So if you don't like it, then you need to leave. Do you understand?
No.
I'm Dr. Robotnik. Expanding. I have to give myself up.
TF2.
Okay, that's it.
TF2.
Yeah.
Such a great video game.
That was awesome.
So sad no get update.
They get hats sometimes. They get cosmetic crates for funsies.
I just want one new weapon, Valve, please.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. I wish I could roll my R's for more than half a second.
I can't do it
Ooh.
for very.
You got it though.
No, I mean I can't. I physically can do it from longer. I just wouldn't want to be that annoying.
Oh right, they added snakes out of bounds. I forgot about that.
Oh, they added snakes. Sorry, guys. Looks like they did
What'd they
update
do?
after all.
I think it's like in some TF2 update, or like they updated the localization files or whatever, and then they added like snakes to a map out of bounds for some reason.
And that's
So you think they're doing stuff?
Maybe. No, guys, I promise this game's still active. Snakes.
snake. Speaking of snake, forest fair. I already said it.
Yup, it was in a movie that just came out. Maybe she's got one too. See, but the design's a little different.
I couldn't see any difference at all.
This keychain's really hard to find, so I was looking everywhere for it, and then Luca found it and bought it for me a while ago. Remember?
Yeah, I just happened to see it on sale.
Well, that's strange, though. If it's from a new movie, it can't have been on sale that long ago. It'd be so old. Huh.
Super development takes similar viewers.
It's a Rafflecopter too.
Oh.
Only then did I realize how pale Akana's face was.
Are you okay? You need a glass of water.
Are you not feeling well?
Whoa.
Well, Akana tried to stand up and almost fell forward. Lukaku quickly grabbed her. I know. I'll get you something cold. Peas. I went to the bottle. I went to
Don't
a
get
bottle of
peas,
water.
get water. No one likes drinking peas.
Fine. I went to get a bottle of water from the fridge when I noticed that Suzu was staring at Kana in shock.
Please figure it out.
Suzu,
This is impossible.
Hey. Strangely, Kana wasn't the only one who was shaking a little. Suzu was too.
It's a time earthquake. Just kidding.
It's an earthquake, dude.
No, that Upa.
What's wrong, Suzu? Want to spit it out?
I couldn't find it in stores either. I'm really jealous. You know I love pushing the elevator buttons. Sorry. I know that Upa, it's... Whoa, side sprite. This looks really bizarre because her neck isn't real.
It's a
Ugh.
long neck.
This looks weird. I don't like this. Never
Why
do
did
side
the
sprites
artist for this
again.
game make the neck so long?
Giraffe. Scary floating head. Her head is detached from her body. Earthqueef. It's a
Whoa.
time quake.
I'm kind of staggered for a few more steps towards Suzuha, and then a few steps more. And I'm literally crying because it's so dramatic. There's no way it, like 10 minutes after we just saw this character that you automatically made the connection for, that now we gotta have the characters realize it like 30 minutes.
Come on, what's so funny? Tell the rest of us.
What? A joke that I
Oh.
don't get?
Okay, that was an acceptable amount of time. We were doing that scene slowly. This is an acceptable amount of time for them to come to this conclusion. Okay, phew. Jeez, thank you. Alright. That's not a big deal. Are you Kaguri? Are you Kaguri, Sheena?
And his eyes went wide as she continued to ghost.
She's having like an epileptic seizure right now, and you guys are doing nothing.
And she slowly collapsed to the floor.
Oh, that is the chapter. That was the Moeka chapter, I guess.
Damn.
That's her
So
one
she
bit of
did- she
screen
did
time.
Print out those papers for us.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's never going to show up again because her
Yeah.
purpose was fulfilled
Now that
without her help.
yeah, now that her bogos were binted, she's be gone.
Hey, just wanted to Jeep photos printed. Bogo's minted.
What?
No, just the idea of like Moeka replies with Bogo's minted.
What? Hey, Moeka, I'm wondering if you got those photos printed.
Bogo's minted.
What?
Money.
Photos printed. Boing.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you say that already?
I'm still voicing Hokage.
I think no Martin characters entered the room. I can take it back over if you want, but that means you got nothing.
I mean, I don't really mind having nothing.
Okay. Well, calm down a bit.
Yes, thank you.
Here, Martin, you can take Lukaku.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
sure. Oh boy, I'm so excited to be my favorite character, Lukaku.
There we go.
Yeah, I do like ASMR Mario though.
Okay, I'll get real close, just for you,
Thank you.
Col0n had passed out after hearing the name Kagurishina from Suzuwa, but with the help from Lukaku and the girls, she had woken up 10 minutes later. But she still didn't look very good. Aside from what obviously looked very good. I love Mario.
I love Mario.
I love Mario. Wow, what a specific joke.
I think, wasn't that joke just British Nintendo YouTubers be like,
Yeah.
"You like Mario?"
I
And
think
that's-
so. Yeah, it was just top 10 Mario characters. Number
What
1,
is this?
Mario. I love Mario. It
No,
was
during the beach trip. It was just like a bit.
yeah, the random
Like,
spimp event.
I think you weren't there when we came up with it, but it was just like a random bit of British Minecraft YouTubers, just like constantly. The only thing they know how to say is like,
I love Mario. That's how
That's
people-
it.
Yeah,
That's their entire personality. That's every single YouTube video they ever upload. Just
yeah,
like,
it's Rabbit
like
Luigi.
Mario.
I mean, they're British, so they're fat, and then they're also like Nintendo boys.
Mhm.
So like they love Mario.
They
but
love
fit in, like,
Mario.
oh yeah, they like Mario. I like Mario.
Lukaku and Mayuri, can you go buy something cold to drink? Like a can of peas, perhaps?
Oh.
And some of those cooling sheets you put on your forehead would be nice too. I felt bad for Lukaku, but I probably didn't want either of them hearing what we were about to discuss.
Yep. Okay, let's go, Luca.
Oh yeah.
Not even when
Alright.
Martin gets characters he's not supposed to have, they just leave immediately.
Today is not my episode.
No. Oh well. Next time. It's the Maho ending, I'm sure it'll make up for it in
Eventually.
spades. When you talk about how cool and sexy and hot I am. I mean, Okabe is.
Yeah. Okabe's your self-insert. Ooh,
Not when he's like this.
no. He's a better self-insert when he's crazy.
Seriously. Lukaku seemed interested in hearing what was going on, but still, he went along with Mayuri because he does whatever I tell him to. What happened next was the problem. Kana. Kaguri! We know her name now, we can just use that. Where have you been, and what have you been doing, and who are you, and what's going on, and... Where's the caveman?
Watch out. She's been doing your mom, Suzu. She's literally been doing your mom.
That's tough, dude. That's tough.
Suzuwa opened her mouth the second Mayuri and Lukaku left. Her words were sharp as a knife blade. You could just say knife. I know what part of a knife is sharp.
Nah, the
It's a
handle
nice
is sharp.
blade.
That's a double-edged sword if I've ever heard one. And Kana looked
Double-edged
terrified.
knife.
What the hell were you thinking when you... Wait, Suzuwa, she's lost her memories. What did you say? Hold on, more important. Please be Daro. Better.
I'm
Use
about
what
to
emote?
reveal an important secret to you now.
Wait, is that a dead girlfriend emoji?
How?
Wait, what does
how
that
did
say?
Dario draw that?
How does he know
Also,
who
to
that is?
JoJo.
Oh, well then, damn it. Blush. Wait, what is that one?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
What are we thinking?
Wait, are there more? Because I see like an arrow.
No,
No.
that's that's the send button, I think.
Choose your
I
emoji.
think oh yeah is the most affirmative one, implying that we want to hear more.
But blush implies romance.
Ooh, but she doesn't have an ending though.
Oh
Sad.
yeah.
Okay, we're getting excited. Yeah,
Of course, secrets are always exciting.
you know it. Yeah,
So, what's the secret?
Daryan and Yuki went on a date.
Bored coffee emoji.
For real?
Bored.
For real?
I love how they text. No! Over too
Damn.
soon. No, come on. I was having so much fun.
You guys want to all start using line instead of whatever else we use to communicate?
Yeah, sure.
Not really,
only-
but I'm down for
Alright,
more emoji and GIF spam.
No, here's the thing. Only if we get like custom made like anime
Oh,
gifts of all
yeah,
of us with
yeah.
various reactions.
Right, including dead loved ones. Hold on, what's the app called? It's Line, right?
It's actually called Line.
Okay, Line. Alright, installing.
I mean, it might be better to communicate Android to iPhone
Between Android
wise.
and Apple than like text, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can we play 8-Ball on this? Anyway, anyway, I'm downloading it. Explain what it brought Col0n here. Amnesia. And she doesn't even know where she's been? Disgusting. Look what the cat dragged in. Well, yeah, but there's something we need to find out first. Whether or not she really was Kagurishina. Kana.
Yes.
Do you remember what we were just talking about?
No. I have amnesia.
No. That shouldn't be how it works, but then again, I'm no expert. And anyway, what do you want to do? Should we wait for you to recover a little more before we continue? Do we play mini golf? Pick the second
8-Ball.
one.
Like 8-Ball.
I like the reverse game.
The what?
It's a fun one. It's one where you have to flip over like circles, and whenever I play my other friends in it, I always floor them.
Oh, well, you think you know what it's called. It's Othello.
And I know it's called Othello, but the game pigeon calls it reversey.
That's, huh. Anyway, she was clutching her upa so hard that her fingertips had gone white, and she bit her lips down so hard that they bled. But there was a light in her eyes as she looked up at Suzuha.
The light.
Or a light in her eyes
Chip
and
on her soldier.
a chip on her shoulder, her heart on her sleeve, and the world in her eyes. Okay, let's get back to it. Suzuha, what makes you say that this is Kagure? You have no proof. Oh, that upa, Kagure never let go of it. She said it was a present from her mom and that she would keep it safe. Kana slowly opened her hand, and the tiny old upa was staring at us with a silly look on its face. A present from her mom? A present from Mayuri? Kana said that the upa was the one thing she had with her.
That's right, I woke up without my memories, and the only thing I had was this keychain.
What an obnoxiously long code. Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, nice, it has a 6-9 in it.
Oh damn.
Woke up.
And then I woke up, and then I went to the after party,
I woke up and act like I don't know nobody.
Okay,
and then I woke up and act like I don't know nobody.
Yes.
Woke up where?
A mountain path in Chiba near the prefecture's border. The priest of a nearby temple happened to be passing by and he found me laying on the ground. I stayed there for a while.
A life full of struggles and a fedora full of dreams. I like that.
But they said the temple was a place of spiritual training. They couldn't let a girl stay there very long.
Dang. I
So
like
they
girls.
sent you to Lukaku's place?
Oh yes, the priest thought that Luca was a girl.
How original.
So they thought it would be a good to send me to home with a girl my age.
Oh, I never thought of that. If only I'd known you were so close. I feel really incompetent. The guest that Lukaku had mentioned a few days ago was probably that priest, which means that Kagura Shina had been there the whole time. We'd been searching blindly for her without any idea. And she'd been there the whole time. We were blindly searching for her the whole time, and she was right under our nose, and we didn't know they were there. They were there. Isn't this such a cool twist?
It like literally brought like shivers to my spine.
Chills, bro.
I was like, our dude, shiver me timbers. That's surprising.
If only I'd taken Lukaku's call, we wouldn't have had to go through all this. Oh, are you kidding me?
Only I took the package call. We didn't have to go through all this.
Yeah, well, I don't care how much you'll... Big fellows!
Guess
So
what?
Col0n.
I got paid for nothing, bitches.
Oh, that's true. Do you remember anything when we heard the name Kagura?
To be honest, I don't know, but it feels like I've heard it before. And
Kana's words cut off as she looked at Suzuha.
that girl from before,
Oh, you mean Mayuri?
Big Sis Mayu.
Nope, no one said that. Oh, that's Mayuri Shina.
Mayuri, somehow when I saw her, I felt very warm.
Even if she was Kagura Shina, she would only have known Mayuri after she'd grown up. But her appearance can't have changed that much, which means that it would make sense that seeing her would stir some feelings within Kagura, or she's mega gay. Hey, can I say that again?
I'm online right now.
Oh.
And
Hold on,
They
I
have,
gotta
like-
get online, bro.
Yeah.
so they have like sticker packs that you can buy.
Sticker packs.
There's like some sticker. There's like sticker like you can buy stickers. Don't ask me. And the Nekopara ones are like however much 100 of their currency is.
What? Also, if you guys want to check out the stream for a second, there's my profile picture on Ryan.
Yo guys, could I get your Ryan?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, I know you're automatically added as a friend to me, Ivan. Now that you made an account.
Yeah, I think I just friended you now. I turned off the auto add friends things. But I saw your friend request.
Use no, but the characters in this game do, so now we're gonna start.
Oh, hold on, you can have an avatar like a Snapchat, whatever, Bitmoji. Wowza.
I love that I'm giving it access to my contacts, phone number, media, and device. Like it's commandeering my phone right now.
Well,
I
right,
think.
because it's a messaging software.
Well, I guess so, but does that count? I think Super Spy it falls under that category. So,
Hey
friends.
guys, I'm making a group chat right now.
Alrighty.
Bro, how do I buy stickers, bro?
I don't want to buy anything. Anyway, Kagura handed the old Upa over to Kana. Yeah, this is definitely Kagura's.
You know what? Do you think Steins Gate got like sponsored by Lime, and that's why they're using it?
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
Speaking of Steins Gate, they I think they do have the
Oh, really?
they have all the Steins Gate stickers that they use in the game. Yeah, they totally do.
What do they?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
That's
you can get all of them for 50 whatever points.
I feel like I'll never use this. I feel like I want those so that we can just send them to each other via Discord. That would probably be better.
Unfortunately, the danger one is in Japanese.
That's
Like, they're
fine. We
all-
know what it means.
It's like I don't know that I want to purchase stickers. I just want to see how much these like 50 points is. I don't know how I get to this store.
$50.
Well, I mean, 50 points is 99 cents, so
99 cents
100
per
is
sticker?
$2. No,
That's
for
for
all.
the pack of them.
Okay, that's not terrible.
No.
Yeah, they got all the, that's neat. They got all the stickers on there. That means I gotta pay $2 for all my Necropara stickers.
I'm so unfortunate.
Yeah, we'll never use them, so it's not even worth $2.
No, but like it's a matter of like if I were to be using these, like if I were to start only communicating with my friends through line, they would make me spend $3 to get all of the Necropara stickers among the different packs that they have. Then does that mean I'm this Kagura Sheila girl?
Yep. Oh, I think so. We can't be sure yet, but that would make sense. No, I'm sure of it. This is Kagura. The keychain is proof of it. Mayuri gave this to Kagura. But how could you have amnesia of all things? That's too stupid. Oh, the keychain probably did belong to Kagura. But she could have also been gifted it by Kagura Shina. Or, wait. Oh. Or she could have picked it up off the ground. Of course, Suzuka said the keychain was very important to Kagura. It was unlikely that she'd drop it or give it to someone. Which meant... Then the door opened. Oh, really? Come on.
Damn, I was like, I got nervous, dude.
Then the door opened and Mayuri poked her head through to see what was going on.
Doo-doo.
The rare somber tutor.
I'm back, bitches.
Oh, did you did you get them already, Martin?
It's 99 cents.
Yeah, it's 99 cents that you're never getting back.
Oh no, what was I gonna spend? What costs $1 nowadays?
Now he just won't buy a chocolate bar the next time he wants a chocolate bar.
Oh, sorry. Thanks for getting that.
Oh, not at all. Sorry, I forgot I exist.
That's okay. To go.
It's our favorite character.
The drinks and the cooling sheets were taken out of their plastic bags and put onto the desk, despite being completely pointless at this point.
So, you know,
Look,
wouldn't it be funny if we were to, you know, JK.
Cairo, are you making fun of my nose? I look pretty while you're gone. You're saying my nose is pretty big, Cairo? Is that what you're saying? Come on. You're allowed to insult a lot of things, but that's not one of them. Lukaku waited a moment for her to take her sip of the drink she bought, and then with him the quavering.
Wavering.
Whatever.
So is kind of this Kagari girl that Amane was looking for?
Yeah, that's probably the case. We've been at this for an hour.
Oh, I'm so glad. You know, now at least I know your name.
Got it? That is Kaguri smiled gently when she saw how relieved Lukaku was.
Oh, but then do you know where her real family is?
No, that's... Oh, Suzuha was Kaguri's neighbor when they were kids, but she moved 12 years ago and hasn't been able to find her since then. Isn't that right? That's right, and all of a sudden I started really missing her, so I came to Uncle Green for help. Funny you should mention that because I can't smell anything when this thing is on. Well, now there's nothing to smell. Oh, so that's the situation, which means that Suzuha doesn't know anything about Kaguri's family or where she lived.
I see.
UP. That was the only answer I could come up with.
Damn, dude.
If we told Kaguri that she was a time traveler from the year 2036 who'd come here 12 years ago, it would only confuse her. And now that I say it out loud, that's very, very stupid. Now, if only we could get her memories back, we could know exactly what happened. She'd learned her name and met both Suzu and Mayuri. These things just happened. Can we please move on? Mayuri's presence alone had to be a big deal.
Kaguri? Yes? What's your last name? I didn't hear it before, so I'd like to learn it. They say that it's Sheena.
Oh, that guy's got big nose.
Oh, wow, then you've got the same last name as Mayushi. Mayushi's last name is Sheena. Mayuri Sheena. Mayuri Sheena. Yeah, that makes me happy. I've never met anybody with the same name as me. I see. Yep, I'm so glad. I'm really glad to meet you. Yes, nice to meet you too.
You have Uno. Mayuri was using her natural cheerfulness to try and open up to Kaguri. If it worked, maybe she could bring back her memories, I'm sure was the thought going through her mind.
I don't have Uno.
You
I have
have
the oldest
Uno.
Xbox known to man.
I have the oldest Xbox known to man.
I got mine day one, you fucking tard, or whatever he says.
Video is so funny.
That's awesome.
Such a retarded argument that they're like so angry. It's so funny. Oh
They're
my
so
god.
angry about
They're
Uno.
like beyond.
I think because of that video,
angry.
I specifically got Uno on Steam so I could say I have Uno, and so I could stop saying
Uno
I
on
don't have Uno.
Uno on Steam, much like I think Zoom does this too, resets my mic sensitivity to 100. So every time I would open Uno, my mic gain would go from back with the
Why?
old microphone, it would go from like 50 to 100. And if you know
Ubisoft is
anything about
crazy.
decibels increase exponentially. So it would just kill anyone that played Uno with me. And I don't know why it does that. Ubisoft does not know how to code.
How to spell that? That means you don't know who you are, doesn't it? Yes. I see. That has to really be tough, huh? Because that means you forgot about the people you love, right? Maybe she thinks that's really, really sad.
Yes, Cade, it is the funny mic.
So, I don't really know how to say this, but Mayushi will help you too, so let's do our best, okay?
It's okay, Steven. They're reiterating the same point that this is Kaguri Sheena and she has amnesia. I guarantee you could watch that video 100 times and the situation will not change.
It's true, because it rhymes.
Wait, did I say rhyme?
This is Kaguri Sheena, and she has amnesia.
Ah. Now I'm gonna pass the mic to Jake, because you know he stayed litty. I could see Kaguri's eyes well up with tears.
What's wrong? Dude, they're more than welling up with tears.
Inconsolably crying.
Did Mayushi say something weird?
Where?
My Buckingham Palace. When you
Where?
were a baby, you were up crying on that plane ride, and you ruined my chance to see the Buckingham Palace. Wah, wah.
Moral of the story is watch all of, I think, Should Leave with Tim Robinson.
Moral of the story is to never judge a book by its cover.
That's not. That's not. I think you should
Who did
leave.
did I send you something like Adam? It was like a One Piece panel or something of like someone saying something about pulling themselves up by their
Oh,
bootstraps.
yeah, of course it was me.
Yeah, was it a One Piece panel? I don't remember
Yeah,
what
it
it was,
was.
but it was just like
I pulled myself up by my bootstraps.
That video, what is it called again? It's like rich man insults poor man, instantly regrets it. It's 8 minutes long. It's a Darman parody by Tony Zarrett, who has been brought up a number of times. Tony Zarrett is homework for sure.
Darman is anti-homework.
Yeah, you don't have to watch
Yo,
Darman, but
in fact, you lose points.
you'll understand what Darman's all about when you watch the Tony Zarrett video because it's being directly parodied. But like, just it's 8 minutes of just a circular ramble of the same thing happening over and over, much like this scene. We got to get out of here. Oh, wait, did you say the last thing?
I don't remember. I was thinking about just this stupid. I'm I pull myself up by my bootstraps and I'm just standing up and then sitting back down, repeatedly doing like as funny. And it's not just Mayushi Col0n, Suzu and Luca all feel the same way.
Yes, of course I'll do anything I can, like do a flip or something. I don't know. That's the only thing I really can do.
I'd like to think that this is like an AI weird Kurisu thing and it's crying because Lukaku sounds like Nakabachi now.
Ooh, I'm PTSD. I'm reminding you of Dr. Nakabachi, even though he's in Russia and probably killed.
I could leave Kaguri to Mayuri and Lukaku and she'd be just fine. The question was what to do now. Ireland!
What?
Ireland, what?
I said good news for the fellow Irish people. There's a new largest potato. His name is Doug.
Ireland?
Ireland! Lukaku, can you do me a favor?
That's why they call it Ireland, because they say I. Holy shit. What is it?
Kill yourself. Can
Okay.
Kaguri stay at your place a little while longer?
Huh?
Well, in the meantime, we'll just try and figure out what she's been doing until now.
Of course, I don't mind.
I'll look at it later, Strummer. Is that okay with you too, Suzuan?
Okay.
That's fine.
I've harped on Lukaku's neck long enough, but just the transition from Lukaku to Suzu in the exact same position, their head was in the exact same spot, but Lukaku's shoulders were just lower.
Oh man, Suzuan looks like fine. That's bizarre. Suzuha probably wasn't completely happy with that, but she nodded anyway. Our first priority now was getting back Kaguri's memories because they're gone. Did you know that she doesn't remember things?
Then I can see you if I go to Luca's place, right? Maybe she can come over to play.
Right, of course, right? Right?
They're not called play dates anymore. It's called hanging out.
Suzuha, you
look
should
at
try.
you. You're a big kid now. Congratulations, Kaguri. You now graduated. Do you want a big boy pin for your big boy bootstraps?
At least I'm actually a woman.
Oh yeah. That's what my dad told me.
Your dad told you that at least he was actually a woman?
No, then I get my big boy pin.
Oh, okay.
I don't like to think about it too much.
No. I'll get you a better big boy pin someday. Later, kid. Nice
I
having
don't
you
think-
around.
I don't think you and I have the same definition of big boy pin, Mr. Okabe.
I have no idea what you could possibly be referring to. Anyway, Suzu, you should try and drop by as often as possible. That's probably the best way to get her memories back. No, you can't make me go there. I don't want to.
Alright. If we're not having a Christmas party, I'd like to have a New Year's party. I can hope to Kaguri will make me really happy. Can I? Of course, right, Luca?
No, you all left. Yeah, let's have a party together.
Anytime you got three girls together, they'd start chattering like birds. The
I'm
girls,
a girl now.
although one of them was a guy, began to chatter away. I had my own work to do. First, I had to let Moeka know that we'd found her. Oh, is that such a good idea, really? I mean, I'm down. Anything to give her more screen time, I guess. Oh. Nope.
Oh.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, we're messaging Moeka now, I think.
That's Ferris though.
But look at the top
they're
left.
not separated, and like if you look at the image under the message, there's a photo of Moeka.
Right. That's bizarre.
Weird.
We found Kagarishina. Knowing Moeka, she'd respond almost immediately. Okay, well, Martin responded almost immediately.
Anytime I see a sticker, I'm now just gonna put it in there.
Oh, okay.
No, wait, where? Because in chat.
Yep. No, I remember. I mean, I appreciate the callback. A friend who was working at a shrine was taking care of her. She was found on a mountain on the path near the Chiba border, but she's lost her memories from before then.
Oh, she was that.
It would be a big help if you could keep it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, I might. Oh, hold on. I might have like a Google Play like credit, so I might be able to get them too. Hold on. Stickers. How do I get stickers?
I mean, you gotta go to the shop and convert 99 cents into points, and then you convert the 50 points into the stickers.
Okay. But I was still interested in the group who'd been looking for Kagari, and I also wanted to know what she was doing lying on a mountain path. How do I get money? What was she doing out there? And with only an Upa? Could she have been running away from someone? Stop making my phone vibrate so hard.
It's level 6 danger.
Oh
Adam.
no.
Dude, it's level 6 danger. Uh-oh. What's the best level 6 dude? The rapture's happening behind them. It's not a sunset. That's level 6 danger back there.
Oh wait, first off, Moeka is sad about the rapture, but also they can do this.
Oh, Steven sent me danger. Also, it turns out I don't have Google Play currency, and I'm gonna have to buy the stickers. Whatever. Could you have been running from someone? Lukaku, can I have a second?
Yes. What is it?
I'd like you to try to keep Kagari from leaving the shrine as much as possible.
Him saying, could I have a, like, do you have a second right there? Like, reminded me of a story that my Japanese teacher told about, like, her just kind of sometimes being confused by the, like, do you have, like, time? Like, the English phrase like that?
Yeah.
Because, it could be, like, do you have time to do something right now? Or, like, do you have the time? Like, as in, like, what time is it?
Oh, yeah.
And she's talking about being in Australia and being on, like, on a train. And, she was in, like, school somewhere in, like, Britain. And she saw a really hot, like, big white dude. And she was like, damn, that guy looks, that's a good looking guy. Oh my God, he's sitting next to me on the train. And I was sitting next to him on the train. Then he looked over at her. And he started talking to me. He said, do you have the time? And I thought he was saying, like, do I want to get that coffee with him? Like, do I have the time to go and do something with him? I was like, yes, I have the time. And then he was like, no, do you have the time? She was like, yes, I have time. And he's like, no, like, what time is it? She's like, oh, or something like that.
Also, in the I got another 69 verification code on my line account thing. I think it's doing this on purpose.
69.
All right, hooray! I have foregone a candy bar. That's a lot of danger. Okay, anyway, hold on. Look, don't ask the reason, please.
Yes, all right. If you say so, Okabe. I do whatever you tell me. With that bridge.
That's the only reason I like you. It couldn't hurt to be careful. If it was nothing, then that was fine. Once Kagari got her memories back, I'd know for sure. Nobody knew when that would be, though. Somewhere different this way comes, thank you. The day after Lukaku took Kagari to the lab, I took Mayuri to Yanabayashi Shrine through an Akihabara that was filled with the Christmas spirit. Even though the trees were vastly undecorated. No. Oh, Mayuri and Okabe too, hooray!
Why have we gone like so long in the game without seeing Lukaku? Now he's here.
Because they're gonna be important in this timeline because military juxtaposition probably. Lukaku was smiling. He'd seen us he'd seen us before we could say anything. The smile. Sorry, I threw up in my mouth.
Look, Kaguri, Tutoru.
No Martin characters allowed.
Nope.
Tutoru. Wow, Kaguri, you're amazing. Why?
Marguerite does such a good Mayuri impression.
Because, you know, when Mayushi says Tutoru, no one ever says Tutoru back at first.
Well, it's hard for someone who's only just met you to understand that it's a greeting.
Yep, so everyone says, what's that? But you just said Tutoru right back, so I'm impressed. I didn't, I just kind of thought I should, maybe.
Maybe
I
Mayuri's
got
strange.
amnesia.
Yeah. Strange greeting had embedded itself in some part of Kaguri's mind. Which meant that even 25 years from now, Mayuri is still saying Tutoru. Well, knowing Mayuri. Uh-oh. Alright, get ready,
It's her
guys.
catchphrase.
Hold on, how do you use stickers? Oh, okay. That's intuitive enough. What do we got? About
Damn, there's a her in
Kaguri.
the bath one.
Oh, my favorite scene. Is there something bothering you? Well, I'm honestly a little relieved that Kaguri lost her memories. I'm scared that they might come back. I'm sure she hates me. But you still want them to come back anyway, right? Well, yeah, I guess so. Dwelling in the past won't help. That's rich. That just kind of bothers me. I'm sorry, don't tell anyone about this. Got it.
Hold on, there's a Kaide one. So that means
Do we text her at some point?
No, I mean, I just like the idea that there's a Kaide sticker. Like, level 6 danger. Oh shit.
Well, knowing Mayuri, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
6 danger right there.
Alpaca man. No way. This is cool. Anyway.
What?
Okay, Tutoru to you too.
Okay, so like most definitely then in this timeline, Yuki and Kaguri are two completely different people, right?
Yeah.
Presumably.
What the fuck?
No, didn't you realize that not picking up the phone would completely change it so that Yuki wouldn't be on vacation for 3 years in Europe? Wouldn't you have understood that the whole time, you stupid?
That's what I have to say about that.
When my mom was,
Thanks.
my mom was telling me, and I was like, I almost missed my trip to San Diego, man.
Oh yeah, you know what I think about that, man? Okay, I still don't know how to deal with her. She'd been 10 years old when she was separated from Suzuha. That was 12 years ago, so she should be 22 now. That meant she was older than me, but was also Mayuri's adopted daughter. Man, good thing stuff like this happens every week. That would make her like Suzuha, who's Doru's daughter. Suzuha was at least the same age as me and Doru, so I didn't need to worry about being polite to my elders, but...
Oh, right. It's Christmas Eve today. Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Do we still Lukaku or nah?
you're welcome to, for sure. That's,
Yay, I get
that-
to do some voice acting this episode.
Yeah. Alright, hold on, can't have a stream of that one. Good night, streamer.
Good night.
Oh, did you say that already?
Yes.
My bad. The floor is
Oh.
yours.
You're right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
They're saying it in English.
Was it okay to celebrate Christmas at a shrine? Oh, by the way, Kaguri, how are you doing?
No, but I still don't remember anything.
No, there's no need to force yourself to remember things. When the time comes, the memories will come back on their own. it's better to think of things that way.
I understand.
Of course, she probably wanted to remember them faster than that. Something wrong?
And now I was just thinking that Luca, Mayuri, and you, of course, are all really nice.
No, I'm not really nice.
He's not used to it.
She'd been so depressed when I'd first met her that this was probably the first time I'd seen her smile. Her smile was somehow childish and seemed a lot younger than I'd told her was. So what? She was.
Also, I like how he completely dropped the "she looks like Harisu" thing.
Oh, completely.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't be so informal with someone I've just met.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm not very good at being polite either. I wish he was a psycho. This scene would have been more fun if that was the case.
That's right. Maybe she would be happier if you just talk normally. That makes it feel more like we're friends, right? Friend.
Friends.
Thanks, Mary. Friends, huh?
Friends. Maybe this was how the future Mayuri became close to her as well. A war orphan. That's what Suzuo had said about Kagari. And all of that was... It was my fault, wasn't it? If I did what Suzuo wanted, would her life change? But for that to happen, I would have to once again...
Oh, Okabe, are you okay? You don't look so good. It looks like you're regressing back into your worst character.
Oh, well, sort of. I've been told I don't look good in black. Anyway, oh, it's nothing. I'm just not getting enough sleep.
You're wearing all black right now.
Yeah, well, screw them, right?
I see. Oh, I hope so. I mean, what?
Anyway, what were you doing just now, Lukaku? You looked, busy.
Oh, I was just busy covering my mouth with my hands, but I'm done with it anymore. I'm cleaning the shrine now.
No, don't you clean it all the time? I felt like every time I came here, Lukaku would have broom in it. Broom. It's back, the broom.
Well, today's the big cleaning day, when we clean the parts we don't normally get to.
Oh, I see.
Like the back room.
Right. Yeah, it's almost New Year's. New Year's was a big deal for the shrine. Oh no.
Well, I did the dusting for a few days ago, but there's still stuff to do, so I'm having Kagari help. She's not allowed in the back room.
Yeah. We didn't even know the overarching goal after the first ending. This is just wander around. Stuff happens to him.
Well, the goal is eventually, I guess, convince Okabe to fix stuff or whatever.
But where Okabe? He's not doing anything.
So anyways, about that dusting, Iodia.
It doesn't feel right to just stay here and do nothing. I have to help a little at least.
Lukaku and Kagari seem to be getting along just fine.
Oh.
Oh, Luka
I mean-
and guests.
Yeah. Oh, hello, father.
I didn't say you could speak. Lukaku's father
I'm
was
getting
poking his head out from behind the shrine.
I was just getting to the back room.
Go quicker, why don't you? I'll hit you again. Yeah,
Okay.
He had the look of a saint, but I know he had some bad habits. Most of the same type Daru had. Dressing up Lukaku in shrine priestess clothes and having him help around the shrine was all his idea. Oh, Okabe Mayuri, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh.
You know, technically it's Christmas Eve.
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Oh, Ivan, do you have anything like that? Like just a series that just gut punched you and sucked only like at the end or via a sequel or something like that?
Oh, the first one that comes to mind is Domestic Nakanoja, dude. The stupid unwriting the entirety of it in the last 10 chapters.
Right.
That was retarded, dude. Oh my god, was that retarded? It was kind of funny though.
And even then, I think I haven't completed the answer. I don't know if it's a big gut punch yet until I see how it actually kind of ends.
Yeah, but would you classify it as a disappointment? Because I 0 check.
I mean, I didn't go into it with good expectations. So, I mean, I wouldn't, but I also, I'd say it's exactly where I expected it to be. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it's just kind of grindy and like the not fun part of the game on loop.
What are you talking about?
Persona 3 has like an epilogue thing that's just like a worse version of the main game called The Answer.
Oh, and yeah, this is an old sprite. Oh, wait, aren't you not allowed to say that? Oh, what's wrong, Okabe? Oh, nothing. Well, if it didn't bother him, then I guess it was fine. More importantly, I needed to thank them for what they were doing for Kagari. I almost said doing to Kagari. That's probably less wholesome. Actually, about Kana. Her name's Kagari. I heard. Luca told me. I had no idea you guys know her. Small world, huh? That's right. So it would help a lot if she could stay here for a while. Oh, you seem to have your reasons, I hear. Of course, she's welcome to stay as long as she likes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's fine. It's like having a new daughter.
Oh. A new daughter. Father, you already have my sister.
She never comes home though.
Okay. She knows I miss her, and she's just being mean. Oh, I had an idea. Since we got all these girls here, why don't you all help at the shrine on New Year's?
Help? As a shrine priestess?
Oh, of course. Kagari and Mayuri too. We'll have you wear the outfits. How about it? I'll pay.
You'll pay. That's not fair to them.
Oh, I don't mind. You guys are really helping me, so let's go what I can do.
Man, Lukaku's dad's such a perverted weirdo. Hey, do you want to all dress up in maid out or shrine outfits? Sure. Okay. Oh, really?
Mayoshi has to get ready for the party on New Year's.
Yeah, that's good. Stay strong, Mayuri.
And I like making cosplay outfits, but I don't know about wearing them.
Mayuri, a shrine priestess outfit actually isn't cosplay, you know. Oh, I see. Don't you want to see Mayuri dressed up as a shrine priestess, Okabe? I could take it or leave it, honestly. Pass. Why is he asking me?
Is that true, Col0n?
No, You can't fool me. It's written on your face. No way.
You don't want him to write on your face, Okabe.
If I were looking at a mirror right now, I most definitely would not want to see what is written on my face. Wait, does he write on your face, Lukaku?
Well, not that you know of.
Oh. Your home life is pitiable.
I see. Well, if Col0n says so.
You know how you say I have a big forehead? He writes stupid on my big forehead.
Oh. Okay, well, I guess there's worse. But that's very mean. Oh, great. Glad to hear it. That means I'll have the outfits ready. Hey, honey! Honey? There's a woman that would marry that man? Yeah. I forgot he had to spawn
Lukaku's
Lukaku.
gotta exist somehow.
Yeah. They don't have to.
He has a wife, you know. You want to know what her name is?
What was the name? Oh, he got the drip.
Higa.
He must have been afraid that Mayuri and Kagari were going to change their minds, but because he quickly ran behind the shrine. You seriously couldn't let your guard down around that man. Manipulative, abusive. He's the real villain, I hope.
That'd be awesome.
Perverted.
Sorry.
No, there's no reason for you to apologize.
Yeah, you're right. It's not like I could have stopped him anyways. But I know you were looking forward to that New Year's party.
If Lukaku weren't Lukaku, I would pity them.
I can still do it after, but I'm done.
The thing is, Lukaku's father offers an explanation as to how Lukaku
Yeah, like it's
happened.
interesting. It's I mean like it's stupid and Lukaku is the worst, but it's like I don't know what the word for this is, but I'm like it's a weird symbiotic like I'm glad Lukaku's dad is such a horrible weirdo because that explains why Lukaku is such a horrible weirdo. It's like it serves as a lesson against perversion. So thank you, Steins Gate.
Yeah, that's right. I'll help too. Ask for anything you need.
Thanks, Luca. But I don't know how it'll look. If I will look good in Shrine Priestess outfit.
You don't know
Does she
anything,
have
do you?
So does she have amnesia, but like remembers what a Shrine Priestess outfit is? Like,
I
to
mean,
what extent does she have amnesia?
It's the forget only what they need to kind.
No, okay. Like there are certain types of amnesia where you
Oh.
remember like specific objects, but you just don't remember like events. Like you have basic common knowledge, but you don't have like actual any memories.
Also,
it is
we don't even have to consider that because she's been hanging out at the shrine. She knows what it is. Lukaku's been wearing one, I'm sure.
I see. Don't worry, I'm sure you will. Really? Yeah, Mayushi makes all kinds of cosplay outfits for friends, so I can tell.
I'd like to think Fubuki doesn't try and like do any of the like conventionally attractive characters and does like World of Warcraft Goblin.
There's like an orc or something with like just the two massive tooths sticking out and like her face all like deformed.
like a giant pig nose.
Yeah, like Minecraft zombie or like pig, like the little baby piglins or whatever. Like
She
she's
wears a fat suit.
yeah, either that or she's like some horrible like I don't know, like Half-Life. She's like a Half-Life head crab and like walks around upside down with like her hands like or, like walking on her hands and knees or whatever, just like
or like God, I'm afraid like the guy from the Lord of the Rings, like who says "my precious," like
Gollum.
Gollum. Yeah,
My
she goes as Gollum.
That makeup looks scarily good. Why did you choose Gollum? I like Gollum. It's funny. It's got the ring. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings. Myri said it'd be cool.
If you say so, I guess I'll try it. Yeah.
Myri kept saying how good I look in a goblin outfit.
Cool.
Since I'd asked them to keep Kaguri from leaving the shrine, she probably needed something like this to relax. Maybe that was why Lukaku's father read it? Nope, no way. Either way, it was going to be a busy New Year's. Alright, I'll be going. Let's flash forward to the New Year's because I can't imagine anything important happening between now and then.
Oh, you're leaving already? I haven't even brought you tea, and we haven't even had Christmas.
I just came to see Kaguri, that's all. Be gone.
And he slammed her with like a, yeah, I just came to see Kaguri, not you. Good.
Now I'm going back to covering my mouth with my hands.
Oh, Korean, maybe she is.
Oh, I know. You want to talk about New Year's a little more, right? I'll give it back to the lab.
Thanks, Okabe.
She bowed her head a little and smiled innocently. If she still had her memories as a war orphan, would she be able to smile like that? Is ignorance truly bliss? Are these questions that we will ask?
Maybe it's a good thing she doesn't have her memories.
That's a good thing. Amnesia, that's a good thing. Standing in line for food. Come to think of it, what would Hiajo be doing on New Year's? If she had said that New Year's was a time for partying with your friends, but it didn't seem like she had any friends to party with. That was easy.
It's jeez.
Probably.
Probably.
Easy.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he have just thought that, like, after he ran into her? Like, it's still a weird coincidence, but, like, thinking of her instantly running into her just, like, made it seem lazier than it was, even though it would have been the same thing happening either way. Oh, I know, right?
You don't understand. You think of me and I get summoned to a location.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Ah!
It's getting assured that way.
Wow, okay.
Alright.
I heard a voice I thought I recognized. It was Hiajo herself. And she was yelling at a police officer? Unbased. Which meant...
Well, something to prove it. Just hold on.
Hiajo.
12, get down, okay?
Whoa.
Oh, okay, good timing. Can you help me with something?
Whoa, put the gun down.
feds are on my
Sideways, that's a
ass.
kill shot.
Oh, okay, alright, hold on, I'll put it down, but like the feds are on my ass right now.
Officer, this is an adult woman, I swear it.
I even don't want to be the cop.
Oh, wait, a friend of her?
Oh, I can't wait till the two other police officers show up and they start patting each other on the back. Yes, I'm a classmate of hers at college. I didn't feel like explaining the whole thing. She wouldn't mind if I told a little lie like that, probably.
College.
Tokyo Denki University. You can check it out yourself if you want, but...
Oh, no need to go that way. I didn't want to go.
The policeman left, shaking his head.
You're lucky this is a Nerf gun.
Oh.
Pig.
Stop! Don't provoke him, he's gonna go check. You don't actually go there.
Yeah, I stole my ID. I could have just shown him that. You know, what was all that about? You could at least apologize. Maybe I'll sue.
It just means he's dedicated to his job, right?
No, it means he's a dirty, racist, sexist pig that deserves to be re-educated. You're just as bad, Okabe.
Whoa! Silence is not violence, Mao.
Yeah,
Me?
There's an ACAB kind of guy.
Guy. Oh no.
Kinda. Ooh, sorry, spoilers.
We've seen her titties. Sorry, I have a nice try.
Yeah, one look and you were sure that he had me mistaken for a kid and was trying to take me back to the station, right? He's ageist, I tell you. Ageist. And if so, that means you're thinking the same thing he was. You're ageist too. You're an ageist, sorry, racist, sexist pig.
Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut.
But I am grateful for your help, so thank you.
Oh, it's nothing. You should have just said so to begin with then. And jeez, when did she get so political all of a sudden? Actually, come to think of it, Kurisu was the same way. We're all genius scientists like this? Insane leftist technocrats. Okay, anyway. So what are you doing here, Hiajo?
Here, take a look.
She showed me a big bag.
I got the bag in Fortnite.
Congrats. Well, no, it just looked big because Maho was holding it. It actually wasn't very big at all. Got him.
Well, it's the laptop I was telling you about. I thought there might be somebody in Akihabara who could decrypt it, but...
Evidently, she was holding Karisu's laptop. You're still working on that?
Well, I don't want to invade her privacy, but...
But, all you
but-
leftists, I don't want to invade her privacy. But, huh? Okay, what is happening to me?
You know, maybe the base is slowly coming out of you. Maybe you should take more pills.
Maybe. I need to take more pills to be unbased. More blue pills.
More
No, but I want to know what she was thinking, and I want to know what she was trying to do. You know, you're lucky you got to her before she died.
Not in this world line, I didn't.
But still, it doesn't seem real to me. I just got a message out of nowhere that she was dead. Didn't even get to go to the funeral. You know, so I want to know a little more about Kurisu. You know, I know it may be a little too late now, but I guess it's my own way of coping with her death.
Cope. Seethe. Oh.
Isn't that what I'm supposed to say?
Yeah, Joe. Somebody died. Cope.
Seethe, loser.
Yeah.
So please, Okabe, is there anything you can think of, anything at all that could be password?
I knew how she felt. And I knew she wanted a way to cope. But I still hadn't come to grips with it myself.
Back in a second.
Sure. But still, I'm sorry, but I don't.
Okabe.
I'm sorry. Whoa.
I'm back.
That's how I get the attention of a room full of kindergartners. I get placed there a lot.
Wait, what do you do again?
Is that how you run away?
Running away?
Oh, is that why you stopped talking to Amadeus too, right? Because we're running.
That is so much fun to do. She was right. I used to cope. I had to from a chain of tragedy that had repeated itself hundreds, no thousands of times. And the result of that was who I was today.
Man, Carissa was really mad. She said you were a very cold person.
I could imagine. Knowing her, she'd probably say all kinds of things about me. But that's right. I am a cold person. I'd abandoned her.
You can at least wear a jacket.
I like my black lab coat thingy dress shirt.
It's just a dress shirt. You're not even wearing a black lab coat, babe.
My attitude must have affected her because my hoe had fallen silent. I realized too late that I'd made a mistake. I didn't need to put it like that. I'm sorry.
No.
Yes.
No.
This was really awkward. I needed something to change the subject. Hey, Maho, check this out.
I think the bit's run its course, Germa.
Hey, Maho. Maho.
What?
Daru impression.
Huh?
Thank you. Oh, right. You have any plans for New Year's?
No, not right now.
Hey, Maho, check this out. Mayuri impression. Doo-doo.
It could be better.
Damn it.
Hey, dude,
It took you long enough, Ivan. Come on.
My brain was off, dude. I'm sorry.
You know, honestly, Sketta does a better Mary impression than you do.
Like I didn't. Cut off my brain.
I'm really sorry. I did that like probably 3 too many times. I think once was all that needed.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
Adam.
Okay. then oh, good night, Matt. Wait. Okay. Please don't tell me Matt was there for every time I just made loud noises like a psycho. Jesus.
Well, I mean, he also was there for every time you did it back home, so like, you know, it's
what?
probably nothing new.
Oh,
Like, anytime
but I've
you
never
make loud
done that
noises,
before. Oh, but yeah, you're right. Every time I like do a idiot noise. Yeah. Apparently my parents missed me hollering like a madman up in my room. They said the house is quiet now. And then like the one time it wasn't is like when I was on a call with Matt, and then he and I were rip roaring laughing at because I think we were watching Kaguya or something. Which, dude, I know I'm not allowed to assign anime as homework, but if I could, that would be
That's a rule?
yeah. No, I can't assign people TV shows as homework. They have to be weird, obscure internet references.
I literally just said, I think you should leave Tim Robinson.
Well, you don't assign the homework.
That's not. That's like a sketch comedy Netflix special program, not a TV show.
I'd still count it.
Well, actually, you see, animes air into TV, so they're TV shows. That did not air into TV. That's a like, that's a online like a Netflix program.
Perhaps, but I still wouldn't assign
That
a
means I
show
can
as
recommend
homework.
Squid Game.
No, it doesn't.
Shut up.
Have you even seen
Shut
it?
up.
Have any of us seen it?
I've seen all of it, yeah.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my god.
I'll
Dude, I
finish
saw-
Squid Game when I'm
I-
done with One Piece.
Alright, that sounds fair. Now, dude,
No, it doesn't. It's not even like it's not finished until like 5 years from now.
Dude, anytime I see a Korean person, I pog.
Anyway, why don't we all visit Yanabayashi Shrine? Mayuri and the others are going to be helping out there.
Why would I go to that cursed place? Also, Mayuri.
Oh, right. I forgot that place was horribly cursed. Mayuri wasn't there when she visited the lab. Oh, an old friend of mine. She's also a lab member.
Well, an old friend.
Goodness gracious, I thought I was Solid Snake. And yes, and we're having a party at the lab right after that. If you want, you can wear a shrine priestess outfit and help out too.
Second floor basement. Shrine priest's outfit. Is that cosplay?
The DARPA chief. No, it's a real job, so it's not cosplay. Just like when people wear nurse outfits, it's only for medical purposes.
So the sexy nurse outfits for medical purposes?
Yes, it's for very specific therapy.
Oh, I see. But I'll pass. That probably won't have anything in my size.
Huh, she was probably right, actually. They might have some of Lukaku's old clothes from his childhood around, but it seemed like a bad idea to mention that.
Oh, come on. You can at least try and tell me that I'm wrong.
Sorry, but you're not.
So, are we meeting at the lab? What time should I be there? You know,
Huh?
it's not like I got
But-
anything else to do. I just need the specifics so I can plan out my very busy day.
What do you do all day?
I'll pass on helping out, you know, since I'm so busy, but you know, I do want to visit a shrine on New Year's. As for a party afterward, well, I'll think about it. I'll see if I can fit it in my schedule.
That made sense. She's a very busy person. If you'd met Mayuri and they didn't get along, there was probably no need to go to a party with her. Alright, well, I'll let you know the details then. I'm sure you're very busy and I should give you as much notice as possible.
Oh, okay, I'm looking forward to it. The few times I'll be there because I'm so busy.
The time between oh my god, I knew it. The time between then and New Year's flew by. Parties
You
and
skipped
drinking
over
at school.
Christmas game.
When that was over, Kamima.
That's honestly like embarrassing, dude.
Yeah, Kamima,
How
that's the
this is
final
awesome.
boss. They're skipping the final boss area of this game. Of course, all I did after that was watch Dari and Mayuri run around. And then it was January 1st, 2011.
Dang, guys, 2011.
Wowza. We just skipped over the New Year's party.
Remember when I think it's tonight, but remember when Steins Gate had so many concurrent plot lines going on that it could actually go day by day and didn't have to skip weeks to get to the important thing? Jeez.
Also, you skipped Christmas.
Everyone was busy in this timeline for some arbitrary reason.
I mean, I know technically they're
want-
gonna go
like, I
back
think
to
it-
Christmas, but still.
They're like, come on, guys, we're running out of time that we want to spend on this. Come on, we gotta. Come on, guys, get move along. Everyone's busy. No party.
Oh, what if they were busy in this timeline? Just because.
Yeah, that'll probably work. That's how butterfly effect works. You know, you don't have to actually
Yay.
trace it back to something. You can just say it was
No, no.
butterfly effect.
Yeah.
You just say butterfly effect. You know, what time trap? Anything's possible.
All the wait, what were those called again? Super developments are possible. Anyway, is this everybody?
Now that they address that super developments exist, they can use them however much they want, dude.
Right? No, they knew what
We
they
can
were doing.
just pretend they were self-aware and artistic.
Yeah, bro. Like,
True.
we can just come up with all the writing excuses we wanted. I'll take attendance.
Hey,
Money.
there was one professor in this household, and it's me. Oh, here.
Money.
So you just exist separately now?
Yes. Yo ho ho.
Yo.
I told you to stop calling me that. Whatever.
Don't give it up, Daru.
He's
Okay.
trying his best to get in there, dude. He's not gonna give it up.
A present.
Nope, she's just not doing that in this world line.
Sorry, you're kind of forgettable, Fubuki.
Yep, that's my name. Good job, you remember this time.
Also, you agreed to you're forgettable.
I
And also,
that's why I always go with basic RPG MMO, my god.
Lady Night? Do I have to call her that?
Actually, it's Lady Nay, dude, because she's like Whip and Nay. She's the Nay part.
She's the Nay.
I can't whip real good because my mic crane is like right in like whip territory. So I either punch the mic or like try and whip around it, which is very I did both.
And he whipped around it and punched it.
Yep.
Impressive.
Why is Braun here?
No clue. Mayuri invited 9. He came 2, I guess.
Yeah, but like,
He is awesome. He has an inconsistent apron.
His apron, it means that he has like multiple different outfits that they like at least put the attention into changing. Has it changed this game?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So at the very least, they've done that.
I think
wonder-
one time we saw him, it said, "I love
Do you-
CRT."
Is it like? Do you think it's like? Do they specifically change it, or do you think that there's just like a random chance that it's a different one? Like, is it just like random?
I think they just imported the sprites from the first game because they couldn't be bothered to draw new sprites sometimes for like Mr. Braun and Lukaku's dad or whatever.
Well,
So
because why would you? I mean, what would you even make different? Oh, you make Braun's forehead even bigger.
Hey, dude,
jeez.
that's a beautiful forehead.
But
Like-
like,
If it didn't work for Bayern, it wouldn't work for Braun.
yeah, it's Jack Hummer, dude. Oh, like Jack Hummer, the victim in case 3. Anyway,
Hey, what are you whispering about?
nothing.
Daddy, you want to see Big Miss? Is my awareness Ryan Brace's outfit?
Yeah, sorry, I wish I could go with you.
Oh, you can't come, Mr. Tenochi?
Of course not. Why the hell would I? I want to go visit a shrine with you guys. Something important came up, so we gotta head out. I'm leaving Naya with you. Take good care of her, or your rent's going up.
Eh.
When we heard that, Darwin and I both let out a sigh of relief, even though he was still right there.
Braun's gonna like shoot Maho.
No way. He's
Well,
like the one of the coolest parts about the original Steins Gate, the Col0n faction of Mr. Braun and Moeka and 9 whatever, they are not active nor important in this game. Although 9 gets sprites, so maybe. I don't know. In
I mean,
particular was sorry.
he still is part of CERN, right? So I mean,
I
you know,
guess.
if Moeka showed up in the goddamn 3-pronged conflict for some reason, or sorry, no, there are like 5 factions or whatever. Well, you know, if Moeka showed up, then Braun could, for all we know, show up too for fun.
We know that we, in theory, were safe at this party because his daughter's there.
Yeah. I, in particular, was trying to avoid Tenochi as much as I possibly could, and his ostensible job was running his strange voluntary workshop, but
it's so cool.
he was actually the leader of the Rounders. He worked for CERN. My heart wasn't strong enough to deal with him knowing that. Also, he could totally beat me up. Like, it would take at least 30 billion SpongeBobs to defeat him.
And no, in the video, Vegeta was only like 18 billion SpongeBob, so like 15 billion
Oh,
SpongeBob.
you're right, and he's Vegeta.
There's a where is it? I want to find like Lucas was watching like other of those videos, and
They're nothing content.
they're nothing. It's so dumb. So
It's
Darth
AI
Vader was
generated.
Darth Vader was 120 million SpongeBobs,
Yeah.
and then Palpatine is 250,000. Luke Skywalker is 1 million.
Yeah, what? Why? I remember that. Like, what?
I'm, and then Lucas and Katie were talking about how like canonically Luke Skywalker is like relatively weak. He's not very strong.
No.
So he's like literally like
He lost
over-
Darth Vader. He had to have Pop Pop come in and save him.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah. Like, okay.
like
That
Darth
and-
Vader was the guy that like killed Palpatine.
What made everything way funnier, and by the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, there's this sort of like video that's getting made fun of a lot on the internet about like how many SpongeBobs does it take to defeat X, right? And it's like just this AI generated like cookie cutter video where they go through like and they just have like this list of characters with just an arbitrary number of SpongeBobs related to their power level, but the
Oh,
one that
right,
gets memed
just,
is that
like-
it takes 30 billion SpongeBobs. Sorry, I almost said 30 billion Gokus to defeat SpongeBob. 30 billion SpongeBobs to defeat Goku, right? So like the meme is like the like that implies right that 299 billion, yeah, like right.
29 billion.
29 billion,
999 million.
999,999 SpongeBobs could not defeat Goku. But as soon as that 30 billion SpongeBob
It's
shows
like-
up, yeah.
Can we watch one that's how quickly could blank kill 8 billion humans? It's 8 minutes long. I'll tell you guys, you'll like the top tier.
I have seen that one.
like they're genuine AI generated content.
Yeah.
Billions of
Oh,
videos get
but
published every single
the-
day in like some content farm.
Yeah, but the implication of like they're listed practically randomly or whatever, and like one of the characters that around the do you remember what it was, Martin? Like the couple thousand, maybe a million? No, not a million. Like in the 10,000 range,
I don't know who you're talking about.
where they said that they could blow up a moon, but they were low.
Oh, yeah, it was about 800. It was about 800 SpongeBob's could defeat a character that was able to blow up the moon.
Right. So you could figure out that way that Luke Skywalker could blow up like hundreds of moons.
Like Luke Skywalker could blow up 400 moons according to that list.
Also, that 800 SpongeBob's could blow up the moon.
Yeah.
Like it's redonkulous. It's so stupid. But yeah, sorry. I just that's not homework necessarily because I think I've explained everything you need to know about that dumb meme. But
It's just it was a lecture, you know. You could take notes if you want. but
yeah, that won't be on the exam.
It'll be on the quiz though, maybe.
Yeah, it'll probably be extra credit. The only reason I didn't leave the building altogether was that Mahiri and Dario had opposed it. There was also the hope that if something did happen, I'd be able to learn something about the Rounders' movements. Still, I hadn't come back to the lab for a very long time.
Why you say that, Daddy?
Oh, you're right. You're such a good girl, and Uncle Ogre is taking care of me.
Yeah, they were like purple and green before. They were a killer's eyes.
Nice eyes.
Nai didn't seem as scared of me, probably because I'd stopped treating her like a cute small animal.
I'll be back to pick her up tonight. See ya.
I think we might have talked about this before. I don't think anyone thought you were crazy. Steins Gate 0 is the king of weird, inconsistent details. You can see the discrepancy right there. Alright.
Yeah, because that's a new Night Spray. Like, because like the way the skin is shaded on Braun and Night doesn't match up at all because
Oh,
they're two
nope.
different art styles.
Well, of course, but I was more talking about their eyes
Yeah.
and what color they're supposed to be. Because the green and purple eyes are cool. Is there something else?
Nah, it just feels like you really changed. You always used to keep going on about hoeing whatever the hell that was, but not anymore. It just feels weird.
Well, I'm an adult now.
Oh, an adult? Well, whatever. Take care of Nye for me.
Yeah. I'm an adult
Ew.
now. I'm depressed and pop pills and hate myself. I'm a real adult.
Oh yeah, that's what it means to grow up. Be self-loathing and hate yourself.
Sure.
Dang it.
Everyone in the room, bar Nye, let out a big sigh of relief the minute Tanoji left. Anyway, this is everybody. Fubuki, Kaede, Yuki, Maho, and Nye. It was a strange group. Of
I mean,
course.
no Ferris.
Yeah, what the hell?
Stupid game.
Of course, we were all going to Yanabayashi Shrine.
I mean, I understand why no Karisu, but like, come on, game. Are you sure it's okay for me to be here? I feel a little out of place.
Oh, don't worry about it.
You know, I have other things I could go to because I'm so busy.
Okay, like what?
Things like at the lab. Like we have stuff to do. Yeah.
Don't worry
Well,
about it.
we
Whatever.
have to,
This
we
is
call from
pathetic.
others.
Your phone is not ringing.
I could. You don't know. It's not like you pick up anyways.
No, but it's on your phone. Why do you have to go back to the lab to answer your phone?
Well, because we need to like record the results, and it's easier if we're like right there. We also
Anyway,
have
this
other
ended up being kind of a strange group. Is that okay?
I'm so busy finding the laptop. I'd be lying if I said I was fitting in, but I always, I did want to go to a shrine on New Year's. If we have to. I'm happy to meet people my own age, I guess.
Glad to hear it. Actually, no, I'm not. Stop talking. Mo was probably feeling a little left out, but that would solve itself with time. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see my Yusuf's cosplay outfit.
Alphabuki, it's not cosplay. It's our official uniform for today, so it doesn't count as sinning.
Yeah, you say that every time you put on those stupid nun robes.
Yeah? just because I want to dress up as the character from High School DxD doesn't mean that, it's sinning or whatever. Because she's a nun.
I don't think I've seen that one. Is that like a group of Christian students or whatever?
Yeah, they kill demons. Haha. That's
True.
just how it goes.
It'll be fun to see Suzuo wearing one, won't it, Hashida? You want to touch your sister?
Yeah. Nothing wrong with old sister shrine priestess. If I could throw in a nurse somewhere, you'd have an anime full house.
Not true. You'd have 3 shrine. That's just a 3 of a kind. You'd have to make a matching set of 2 and 3. Whatever. You're always such a pervert, Hashida.
But I'm a perfect gentleman.
It's okay, Steven. I don't see you as 20. In the end, instead of just Mayuri helping out at the shrine, Suzuo and Ferris had gone too.
Very
Oh,
Ferris.
thank God.
Ferris I could understand, but I certainly
That's a real full house. We got our tank.
Yeah, there we go. But I certainly hadn't expected Suzuo to go. She was probably worried about Kaguri, but there was also another reason, she said. She heard that she got paid. Or get paid. Suzuo had enough money with her to get by in this time period, but since it wasn't her own money, she preferred not to spend it on living expenses. She'd rather make her own money instead. That was something that had always impressed me. And has never been established before. She didn't want to buy all of the cool emojis, so whenever I text her, she doesn't send me any.
Oh, that's why she doesn't.
Yeah. Not because she's no fun in this game, it's because, she just didn't have the money to afford the emojis. Oh, right, I'd forgotten something important.
Yeah, something important.
Happy New Year! Alright, Kamimo defended yesterday, so it doesn't feel like New Year's, does it?
Oh, that's right. Speaking of it being New Year's, our next choice happens on 2nd.
Ooh.
Okay. Hopefully we can get there by tonight.
Wait, no, so that means that the choice is gonna...
Oh,
if
and
I-
this choice,
if I remember-
after we make this next choice, we have no other choices that we have to make to get the model
Yeah.
ending.
Yeah, we just get an ending after this.
That's
choice.
compared to like the million
2 phone
choices
calls?
Oh my
Like, getting 2 phone calls to get this ending.
god.
The million to get the other one.
Realized this game is like if 2 writers argued on which direction the story should go, so they just said screw it and decided to both go for it with no care or thought on how they would connect the inconsistencies between them. You know what, Steven? You're probably absolutely 100% right on how the writing for this game went. Like, there were 6 writers and they each got tasked with a different ending and they were split up in teams of 3. They did not.
Pass.
Shut up.
Actually, I think there were 6 writers for this game, or maybe like 5.
There's like, we were like 1 choice away from getting the Asketa ending the first time around.
I wish.
I don't know that we were. I've
We
seen the
were.
flow
Yeah,
chart.
we were.
What?
No, we were.
What?
Yeah.
Why is the Asketa ending over there?
Don't ask me.
No, bro.
Whatever.
Anyway, let's all say it together.
Yeah, everybody, you remembered to do what I said and record all of your character voices saying Happy New Year so that we could do this properly?
Yep.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New
Happy New Year.
bitches.
Happy New Year.
Oh, that was actually way better than I thought it was going to be. That's it. Oh, I forgot to say it. Happy New Year's. Now that we've finished our greetings, let's get going.
Happy New Year, although I'm dead. Well, we're off to Shrine Priestess Heaven. Is that the Dario equivalent of Hot Chick Heaven?
Hot Chick Heaven, maybe.
Hot chick heaven.
Top 10 hottest female Steins Gate characters.
Number 1.
So
Number
grab a
10,
glass of Dr.
Lukaku.
Pepper and here we go. Sheeta,
Number
there's no
10.
heaven in... Whoa, sorry.
Number 10. Lukaku.
He obviously has not played the game.
No, he has played the first game only, and only got to that part.
Ah. Hashida, there's no heaven in Shinto, so you're not gonna find it at a shrine.
Oh. Right.
I think like a artery popped when like as soon as Yuki said there was no heaven, like Kaede flipped out. Anyway, we all sorry.
No, they just argue the entire way.
We all headed to Yanabayashi Shrine, laughing and talking as we went. Bar for Yuki and Kaede. To be honest, Akihabara New Year's wasn't much different from any other time of the year because we didn't want to draw any new
We
backgrounds.
played I Spy on this CG.
Yeah.
We got to do it again, right?
All right.
Hold
Can
on.
I go? Because I have something.
Yeah, I just want to do something real quick.
Okay.
I wish I had a button that could do this. I'm gonna try and do that. The price is right. It's not quite daughter or girlfriend, but it will do. And for those that want to listen along, here it is. I put it in the page chat. It's time for the second annual I Spy.
You should have this as a soundboard effect.
I agree.
All right. Can you get rid of the?
All right,
All
Martin.
right. I spy with my little eye something. I guess the best way to describe it is purplish pink colored.
Okay.
If
No.
The sign behind the tree there.
No.
I think it says cafe. Okay. Is it the girl's hair at the top?
No.
Okay.
game,
That's not purplish pink.
Is it the
where it says game, like the stuff behind it.
Adam said that was spelled cafe, and no, that's not it.
what? No, I was talking about the bottom left one that said like behind the tree.
Either way, it's not either of those.
Okay. Is it her backpack or her backpack straps?
Like
the,
no, not the backpack.
next to the DVD girl. It's not the straps either.
I can give you another hint.
Is it like the gradient with that vertical text?
But that might make it too obvious because
Yeah,
you know,
no,
we still
no,
have
no,
other
no
I
more.
Spy stuff to get to.
No more hints. So
But where it says
you said purplish pink. Okay. Oh, is it the one behind the 1-1 there, like at the very top left?
No.
Okay, that's not the backpack straps. Oh man.
My second hint is just the number 5.
Is the thing below the G and the A in game amusement?
No.
The number 5.
Yeah. So it's magenta, kind of purplish pink, getting the number 5.
My eyes don't work very good.
Wait, hold on. Do both of you need glasses?
Yeah.
Hold on, that might be bad then.
What?
Oh no.
I mean,
I certainly do. Why? Wait.
So is it not? So
Could I use my 50-50?
Yes. I'll tell
Okay.
you.
No, I was gonna ask which half of the screen it was on, the top or bottom.
I was
half.
gonna say it's top half, bottom half. It's on the top half, but like that doesn't really help very much because there's a lot of pink on the top half. So I'll give you another bonus. It's also on the left half.
Okay.
dude, that sign with the pure on it, like it says
this.
"Made
cafe in Japanese.
So it's in the top
I mean, the
left.
pure sign, though.
Is it the pure sign?
No
What
way.
part of the pure sign?
Is it the word pure?
No.
Is it the pink background behind?
Is it the 5th character there?
Well, I mean, listen, it's really close. I mean, It
What's your deal?
okay. I guess maybe you guys can't tell because it's blurry to you, but like there's a pier and then there's a star.
Yeah.
Like at the end of it, it's the star.
Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, I feel like we would have gotten that.
I would have gotten to that initially.
Yeah.
Eventually, I just didn't feel like having to name all those characters because I assumed it was just going to be one of the characters. Hence the reason I said the 5th character.
No.
Right.
No, it's the star. It's 5
Yeah, okay.
points.
No, my eyesight's not that bad, dude. I was like squinting to try
Okay.
and see the stuff at like the bottom right. Do you have one, Ivan?
What?
Do you have one?
For I Spy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't
I
quite see it.
spy something orange.
Is it like the pointing lady like background, like kind of next to the like the giant poster with the girl
Oh,
on it
yeah, I
that's like
see it.
pointing like this, like the background that's orange.
No.
Is it at the very far right? There's like a little orange star thing on the bin sign. Is it that?
No.
Okay. Is it the anime chick's hair?
That anime chick is like looks like the poster chick. What I assume that's a reference to is Oriimo, a shortening for the entire title of the show being "My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute" or something like that.
Is it her hair?
No, it's not that.
So then,
But that's a reference to. I
Okay.
was just letting you know. It was written by the same guy that wrote Arrow Manga Sensei.
Awesome, by the way.
Fun fact.
Alright, we're playing I Spy, and the color is orange. It's Ivan's go at it.
Is it like the Japanese text like on that yellow background, kind of like on the right? Sorry, on the left side, like right below Hanarodo Donkey.
Yeah, Steven's asking about that too. Like the directly to the right of the Super Gamer sign.
Yeah, give me what character you want to do.
No, all of
The
them.
hyphen, like
Either
the
one,
dash.
any one of them.
No. Good job, Adam. You did it.
Thank
It
you.
was anyone. It was the one in specific. I was looking at the one on the far left. It looks like half a plus sign.
Okay.
Adam, do you have one?
Hold on 1 second.
Because if not, I got another one that's kind
No,
of.
we're not. No, we're
stupid.
getting one each. I want to move on, but hold on. All right, I got it. I spy something yellow.
Is it the game text?
No.
The arrow with the in sign is in. The words "in" are in.
No.
The weird character over on the right in between the bins.
No.
Is it like the yellow like advertisement? Not like you see kind of the orange thing that we were talking about earlier, like to the right of that, like with the blue background.
Oh yeah, I see that. No, it's not it.
Is it the yellow background behind the thing that I chose?
No.
Is it the people down there? The skin color of the people down there?
No, it's not The Simpsons.
Is it like the yellow text above the in sign?
It is not.
What about like the vertical text on like that sign that's sticking out?
Nope.
Oh, is it the guy like the anime girl's like hair that Ivan was talking about earlier?
Nope.
What about the lines behind that chick?
No.
Is it like the yellow Japanese character like all the way to the right, like next to the bin?
No, and that was guessed already.
I already said that one.
Oh, I'm
What
going.
about the
I'm going
background
crazy.
behind where it says like DVD game book game?
DVD game book game. Where is that?
In like the middle, kinda.
The. Oh, I see it. And no. Text above the in sign. No.
What about the text to the right of the if? I don't know if anyone said that.
If. I don't
On the
know where.
left, like it's like a purple if. It's below the game
Oh,
amusement.
that was said, and no, it's not that.
Okay.
Would you like to use
What
your
about the,
50-50?
Hold on, behind the tree, the background of like. That
Oh, I didn't even see that. That would have been good, but no.
Hey, there's a reflection inside the mirror, like like on the reflection of the building, and I see an anime girl there. Her hair is yellow. Is it theirs?
That would have been crazy good, but no.
Okay.
Sure, give us the 50-50.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, hold on. Is it the penguin? Like the little beaker, like the feet?
Penguin.
Like there's a penguin at the top.
Oh, I no.
Okay.
You guys are showing me new things that I hadn't even thought about before.
That's why we love I Spy on this background. There's always new details.
Yeah, this is a very, very well done background. All right, would you like your 50-50?
Sure.
Yes.
Would you like a vertical or horizontal 50-50?
I don't think horizontal will help very much.
No?
I
Just 'cause-
think that I think that going left right would be probably more helpful than top bottom.
Okay, it's on the left side.
All of the yellows on the left side. So like,
All the yellow is also kind of in the top half. So is it the awning?
Awning?
Like that wraps around like the building on the left?
No.
Um,
The railing? No, that's not yellow. That was what I picked last time, I think. Because everything's all over there. I just am like, I just buy something
what
white.
about, like the yellow background but to the left of the inside where the DVD thing is?
No.
What about amusement?
No. And it's not game either.
is it the lights? Like there are lights that are highlighting, like one of the things I mentioned earlier, kind of to the right of the orange text.
Is it the ring around the date? No, I would have. I saw that and wished I'd said that, but no, that's not yellow. It's brown. What was your thing, Martin? I'm sorry.
Like, no, there are light bulbs at like. Is it any of lights?
No, it's not like a light bulb. No.
Okay.
It's
I'm
also.
really struggling to find anything else. Like,
It's okay. It's at the.
yellow.
I really apologize if you said it already. I'm like 100% certain you didn't, but it's on the bottom half. It's in the bottom left corner, like fourth of the screen.
They're like the kind of like the glass window things.
At the far left.
I don't know, it's like one of them.
Yeah, in specific, it's like the very. Can you see my mouse cursor?
Not
it's
really.
like kind of like the just like
It
the
is-
window to the left of the chick standing there.
It is.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
it
can
is
see
as
it on the
far left as it gets.
So it is the source of light, but not the one I was thinking of. Because
Yeah, that's why I was hesitating.
yeah,
I wish I said the railing again. Oh yeah, Steven got it too. Okay. And that was a very complicated game of I Spy. I think we're too good at picking things. All right. The store, the stores were open, and there were a lot of customers seeking New Year's bargains. The only difference was that there were fewer cars. None, in fact.
Hey, Uncle Charles.
yes. What is it, Lady Di?
Are you a gentleman?
Hey.
Can I say that? Can I just like refuse to say that to like
Yeah, of course.
you know that 8-year-old girl?
Yeah.
Can I just like say I'm only a gentleman?
Yep.
I'm only a gentleman. I open doors for people out of respect for chivalry.
Well,
or something.
yeah, this is the entire second half of the game, Brennan. Why do you call her Lady Knight?
Well, because little girls deserve the utmost respect in the most responsible and non-Persona fan way possible.
I see. They truly are disgusting. They look like
Little
a family
girls are
walking.
Persona fans.
Both little goblins. Were Suzuwa, Daru, and Yuki ever able to spend any time together like that? Oh, yeah, no, Steven's absolutely right.
Oh, Fubuki, whatever happened to those weird dreams you were having? Is that a plot point that's just gonna
I
get
haven't
dropped?
had any lately, I don't think. Maybe I was just tired. It's not important.
Okay, alright, I hope so. We're just gonna drop that plot point.
It is even less important in this timeline. Weird dreams? Oh, for a while I was having these really terrible nightmares. Nightmares?
Yeah, I told her she should turn to God, but she said it was only making the nightmares worse, and that confused me.
Oh, you're awfully interested. Do you have a thing for me or something?
Come on, Fubuki. Col0n has someone he likes.
Cue time travel sequence. All right. Oh, what are you talking about? We're talking about how there's someone you like already. There is. Who told them that? Mayuri, maybe? I don't have anyone I like, no.
What? Really?
Not really? Well, it's true. Mayuri talked about them a lot, but thinking back, this was probably the first real conversation I had with them. Still,
Since
they
we
were...
got interrupted by a phone call earlier.
Yeah.
And, you know, a timeline shift.
Still, they were easy to talk to. Because nothing really stood out about them. Besides, no, nothing really. Anyway, I had a request for you two. Would you try and talk to Hiyajo a little? Huh? She's from an American college and doesn't really know anyone here yet. America, wow. College?
So
She's like 5.
She must know all about the Lord then.
Not everyone in America is Christian.
A good 50%.
Sure. Yeah, coin flip.
Also, she's Japanese, but you know, whatever. So am I. I'm like the 1% here, you know.
In terms of financial gains, or?
Financial gain and religion. Don't you know that only 1% of Japan's are Christian?
I didn't. That doesn't surprise me, however. Anyway, instead of answering, Nakase? Anyway, gave a cry of surprise and went over to Maho, who had been walking ahead of the group. Hey Maho, do you go to an American college?
Yeah, that's true.
Hey Maho, do you speak English?
I spent my whole life there.
Wow.
Some English sounds like to Okabe.
That should probably open her up a little.
Wow, you're really nice, Col0n.
Oh, that's not true. Maho told me the exact opposite just a few days ago.
You know, but sometimes a person can hurt someone because they're a kind kid.
Huh?
You know, unintended consequences, all that jazz. I mean, nothing, you know. I'll go talk to Maho too.
Kurushima, which is her name, jogged to catch up with the other girls, leaving behind a faint smell of perfume. Hurt someone. Those
That's
words stuck in
actually-
my chest like needles for a little while. Ayanabayashi wasn't as busy as Kanda, but it was still a lot busier than I'd expected. Nice.
Oh, it's Okarin. Hey, Okarin, over here now.
Only two out of the 3 seem to be enjoying this. Unfortunately, not the 2 out of the 3 I would like to see it.
Whatever. Happy New Year's, everybody. At this point, it didn't even need to be said that Lukaku looked weird in a shrine priestess uniform. Ferris, for her part, still had cat ears on, but her outfit was much simpler than the usual maid uniform. I wish her fans would love it, though.
Happy New Year's now.
Doriyuki and the others exchanged New Year's greetings as well.
Wow. Ferris. Wow.
What was that?
I don't know. I just wanted to say.
Wow, Ferris.
Seeing you wear that makes me glad to be alive.
Thank you, yeah.
Glad you came, Yuki. Happy New Year, Suzuha.
Yeah, Yuki, aren't you proud of your my sister?
Happy New Year's. Suzuha always wore casual light clothes, but this was pretty good too. If nothing else, it made it impossible to imagine her as Doru's daughter. If she'd only smiled, this would be perfect.
You know, little sister shine princess for the win. Now just say it's time for your shots, big brother. What?
You know, the main reason Mom got the right idea is because you keep saying stuff like that.
The wrong idea? What?
Mary told me that Mom
What?
thinks you don't like her very much.
What?
Hey.
Dario, did you ask the waiter to come over here and instill a policy that you can't eat all the meat on the nachos?
What?
What?
Wait,
What?
what did you just say?
What?
Daru, did you call the waiter over here just to tell me that I couldn't eat all the meat on the nachos?
Wait,
What?
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 Well, you walked over there and talked to him, and then as soon as you were done, he came over here and told me that it was store policy, like
Wait, what?
Store
restaurant
policy to
that
not-
you can't eat more than half the nachos.
What?
Oh, is this? I think you
What?
should leave. That guy's just like a genius with those really like the most stupid, awkward social situations that make you want to leap off a building upon hearing about them.
All right.
And I'm so
It's
happy
the
to have
exact
been
type of situation that you would tell someone I think you should leave.
right. I understand that's the whole point.
What?
What?
I love all girls equally. You, Amane, Ferris, Luca, everyone. Wait, Luca? Hold on.
I told you we have to knock this stuff off, right?
What?
Has this ever happened to you? What are you two talking about?
I really like that stupid one. Like, just has this ever happened? Like the law one. It's like he's talking about two dudes that came in to install a new do some plumbing, and they were just in there like floating around in the bathroom, taking turns, and then like one of them put their foot in the toilet, and then they falling over, saying that his foot was stuck and that he had to help him. Then he finally gets over there, then he just takes his foot out of the toilet. And it was all just a prank all along, and then
And
they
they
leave,
stole his
and then after
toilet.
they get back, no, his toilet was replaced with a prank toilet
Oh,
with
yeah.
a hole that's only big enough for farts. And he found in the trash can the Lowe's, like the Home Depot receipt for it. Has that ever happened to you? Call us, and you may be entitled to a settlement.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen that one. Like I specifically remember the whole only big enough for farts. Oh, hey, it's nothing. Hey, I've got a Mickey and a whatever. Want some? Suzu was right. If Dara didn't cut back a little, she might never be born. I'd have to talk to him about it later.
Anyway, you're so beautiful.
No, I'm not.
I didn't say you.
Oh. Really though, I can't believe you're a guy, you know. You should stop doing that. Even I think it's weird. I'm a weird sex pervert.
What?
No, I like the term sex pervert.
As opposed to a different kind of pervert.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You're kidding me. Japan really is sophisticated, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Sophisticated. Aw.
Yes, kitty. What is it? Yeah. Where is Lisa's Mary? Mayushi, she was over there with Omiki, with the Omiki. Oh, there she is, yeah. Mayushi over here, Okuri and the others are here, yeah.
Well, you must not have realized that we were here because she came running over with Kagari in tow. Oh, good, we get to still see Suzu's dead, cold stare.
Okuri, Happy New Year.
Is she like 4? Why are her hands so tiny?
She looks weird.
She looks really weird.
Her hand is way smaller than her face.
Her
That
hands
means
are
she's
so
really small.
tiny. Why
Did
is
you know
Yeah.
that if her hand is bigger than your face?
Oh, honey, I shrunk the kid's hands.
And like she just looks wrong. What is with this?
Life's a funny fucking thing. have you seen that one, Martin?
Which one again? Because
It's the one with like the piercing place, like the store where you go to get piercings and like
Oh,
they're playing
yeah.
videos.
It's just like a bunch of kids like say their experience, and then this like old man.
There's they have them watch a video before they get their first piercings, and like they bring her to the back room, and there's like a child, like a girl in like elementary school, and then like an old bearded dude that are both sitting there watching the same video, and half of them are like testimonials from girls being being like, "Oh yeah, when I was getting my first piercing, a girl named Katie helped me out, and she made it such a calm and fun process."
Mm.
And a dude talking about, like an old dude
Old
talking
man.
about, it cuts to his face. Life's a funny fucking thing. They say when you die, you look back over your entire life. So that's why I spend 15 minutes every day laughing, so that when I die, I'll think I had a wonderful life.
You see, when you die, you're supposed to have your life flash before your eyes, and I want to trick my dead self into thinking that I had a good life by constantly laughing. Life's a funny fucking thing, ain't it?
Anyway.
Happy New Year,
But yeah, I probably should go through and watch. I think you should leave. Because I watched a little bit of it like a while ago when Jaden first recommended it, but like I remember very little. And I got to like the magician like I don't have a tiny penis.
Too.
Wait. His wife, like him coming back with his wife, and she's like, "Why didn't you stand up for yourself?"
Yeah, it's the one time that like that guy is not the instigator of a weird, awkward social situation. He's a victim of it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh yeah, you too.
So what do you think? Do I look good in this?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh really? Oh, I'm glad.
Her facial expression went from tense to relieved.
Col0n, is it just me, or did the outfit shrink her hands?
And her like head? It's very bizarre. She doesn't look right. Anyway, you cosplay for special occasions at May Queen, right? So why get so nervous now?
That's for work, so it's different.
I didn't understand how it could be okay to do it at work and not okay when you weren't at work. And she was getting paid for this, so was this work too?
Hey, okay, man, how about me? I look good.
Nathan
yeah,
for
you
You
look
is
great.
something that's been on my bucket list to watch. I've been meaning to
Aw.
get to it.
Oh,
It's another show called Nathan for You. I think
that one I've seen a bit more of. It's it's very funny. It's like it's again the instigator of awkward social situations, but it's brought about by like it's like a
business ideas.
yeah, a fake reality show where there's this like weird, bizarre Canadian man whose name is Nathan, and you hire him to help out your small business grow, and he just gives you all the worst, dumbest, stupid ideas and policies, and like line cutting is okay if you have a good excuse was one of them.
And like he tried to create, I think one episode I remember is like he tried to create like a fake Starbucks as like an art show.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it didn't work, and he just ended up getting sued. And like, it was an art show. It wasn't a cafe. It was an art show, but it was also just a Starbucks.
Yeah. It's pretty similar, I think.
Yeah. I've been meaning to watch more episodes of it, but I don't know how. Because it's not on Netflix.
Wow, I'm so glad. Hey, I know. Take a picture with me later, okay?
Picture? Sure, I guess.
I like the idea of her being like, take a picture with me. Oh, so if I look good, you're gonna take a picture with me, right? It's okay if I eat the receipt.
Okay, stop.
You've just gone through all the best ones. Come on, we can't spoil it. Can't spoil them.
A picture's a physical record of something, right? I wanted to make as many of those as I can right now so I don't forget again.
But you liked it, right? Okay.
Is that the is that the piece of shit one?
No, it's the same one as the receipt one.
Or is that like that used to
You
be?
liked
That's
it, right? Like you liked it, so like you're gonna keep it, so you'd be okay if I ate the receipt, right?
so weird. That was like that. I used to be a piece of shit.
No, it's a different one.
What?
Yeah, that's a different one. He's like, okay, so, oh, I'm starting to get sick now.
You're starting to get sick because you ate the receipt. No, he only used one ply toilet paper, and there was a little bit of shit on the receipt that I ate, and there's shit everywhere. And this is the whole party to leave from the guy's birthday, He's like,
He's sitting there crying. He's like, I just wanted to save some toilet paper. Oh my god.
there's shit everywhere in this house. Everyone, we gotta get out of here. Go to a party at my place where there isn't covered in shit.
Jeez. Anyway, she just wasn't happy because it was New Year's. Over the past few days, she'd gotten a lot more cheerful. At the time, she'd seemed scared because she lost her memories, but this is probably just who she was. As she'd gotten ready for New Year's with Mayuri and Lukaku, she started to become her real self again, little by little.
Well, you really do look good, Mayuri. You should consider being a nun.
Do I? I'm kind of embarrassed.
Oh, come on, you know you love it.
I have an old nun costume actually. If you want to try it on, it's
No
a
one
bit
wants
torn
to try your
though. It's a bit
Torn?
torn though.
What do you mean torn?
Well, you know, it's just part of the cosplay. You know, high school DH.
What does Hamlet say about a nunnery? What's the quote?
Oh, get thee to a
nunnery. Oh, so you're
Oh, congregation.
Oh, that's right. You have the same name as Mayuri.
yeah, weird.
Coincidence.
It actually wasn't a coincidence, though. You got a good figure, so I bet you'd be good at cosplay. Mayuri wouldn't make you a goblin. Or the weird crab thing from the guy with the crowbar.
What? Oh,
Half-Life.
yeah.
And make you walk around on all fours. I mean, it's kind
What
of
if
fun,
you
and I get...
cosplayed as like a crab from the crab dance meme?
Oh, I thought so too.
Cosplay?
Cosplay, you know, right? You have any characters you like?
I really don't know a lot about that.
Oh, Babuki, she's pure.
I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. You're right. We made a pact never to get anyone new into it ever again. It eats away at your life. It's like,
Never.
never again.
Once you get introduced to anime, you either become a girl, you know, you either change and become a communist, or you become a Nazi.
I was thinking like, what?
You mean the anime is like the Mexican like youth pad?
No, I mean it's just like you see like someone with an anime profile picture. They're either like an extreme communist or a Nazi.
Oh
There's
yeah.
no
I
different.
had like it's like the thing. I remember Jaden like screenshotting an Instagram post and sending it to me. And it was like a Col0n character in front of like a palpable flag.
What's a palpable flag?
Well, like the flag of the Vatican, like papacy.
What? Wait, which Col0n character was it? Not that anyone cares.
I think it was the black-haired one.
Oh, I think
it
it
played like
was...
the bass.
Yeah, the
I think.
bassist. Yeah, okay,
think it was
that's
that one.
what.
Anyway, I wouldn't worry about it. I'm fine, you know. I don't know which side of the spectrum I fall on when it comes to anime fans.
No, seriously, cosplay, it's like a horrible addiction that eats away at your life. Like Black Tar Heroin or League of Legends.
Hey, Col0n, come over here. My Yoshi will purify you with this. What was it again? That's an honor,
Don't touch that, that's
don't use the
Lukaku's.
news. Yeah, don't use the news.
Damn, she's about to lynch him, dude. That's right, the Onusa.
Oh yeah, Poopy Joe.
I can just imagine like someone saying like, "Oopsie, Joseph made a poopy."
Joe.
Uh-oh.
Joey made a poopy. Joey made a poopy.
Joey
Uh-oh,
made a
he had a little accident at the Vatican.
Dude, there's a cleanup on pew number 3.
Pew, am I right? Hold my nose. Sorry, Joan, I'll try and keep it down. First I need to go pray to the gods, though.
Okay, after that I'll purify you.
Yeah, thanks. I need burpees. I wash my hands in the water and prayed at the shrine.
Yeah, go pray to the gods, you
I hope in approximately 10 years from now, maybe a little more, the President of the United States shits his pants. Very specific, but like, wouldn't it be funny? Like, say that it was like, if he was like meeting with someone important, and then he just shat himself.
It'd be hilarious.
It'd be hilarious.
Joseph got a bit too sleepy.
Come to think of it, this might have been the first time I. Okay, to be fair, like that was well, you fell asleep at like a climate conference, right? That stuff's boring. I don't blame him for falling asleep. I would
mean,
have
yeah,
too.
when they were
Dude,
voting.
You're in the Vatican. Hold it in.
No, I don't blame him for falling asleep. You know, when I was I think I was in the Congress building, like on a trip to DC,
Good night, Brandon.
when they were voting on like the bill that, like, it was back when the government shutdown happened in 2018.
Mhm.
So like they were voting on the bill for like the new budget because
Oh,
you know
yeah.
the government shut down, and like they were voting on it. I was there during the process. I was watching it, but I just fell asleep because it was so boring. Because like, oh look, Bernie raised his hand. Golly, man, I'm so excited. I'm gonna.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna put a bullet in his brain.
Oh, okay, that's a little too excited.
I'm so excited. I'm so
I'm gonna fucking kill him.
excited. Very illegal. You cannot say that. Very illegal.
Whoa! I saw like Ted Cruz from like from behind the CNN newscaster camera. Man, I'm so
tired. I'm gonna activate the detonator.
I'm taking everyone in here down with me.
no. I don't think my ex history teacher, I guess, would have appreciated that very much.
After the game, 900 miles down the coast in Sydney, a 20-year-old Sharks fan distraught with the result pulled in the parking lot of McDonald's in the Norval suburb of Engadine. He walked into the restaurant and shit his pants. 21 years later, that man became the Prime Minister of Australia. Damn.
Badass.
Oh,
That's a Sigma move.
I always toast to world peace.
You're such a liar. You probably wanted like 5 million girlfriends.
No, just the one. Of course, I knew it was going to come true, and then wishing wouldn't make it better.
No, they're late. Come to think of it.
What was your second grade teacher's name again? Whatever.
Right? You know, the two professors. I
Oh no.
told them I was visiting the shrine, and they really wanted to come, but I told them where it was.
Oh, yeah, the worst holiday ever, Tanabata, the worst holiday because of this game, continuing to reference it.
It's bad in this game. It gets some cool Haruhi episodes though.
Oh, true.
Doesn't it only get one Haruhi episode?
Wasn't that the movie?
One plus movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that we on Tanabata wish for world domination. That's optimal. That increases your persona stats.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Huh? Did they get lost somewhere? You don't know.
You know, Dr. Reyes is with them, so you know they might have stopped somewhere.
I hope we
Probably
get
like-
our wish. Once they got here, it was probably going to get even busier.
Dr. Reyes is probably giving Mr. Skidit get head in the Denny's or
Blowjob.
something. Yeah. Hey,
Everybody
that's her,
getting
right?
head into Denny's. Eating everybody getting head into Denny's.
Eating egg Benedict and getting head in the egg Benedict. Is that how it go?
No, eating that Benny getting head into Denny's.
Eating eggs Benedict, getting head in the Benedict.
Eating egg Benny. You know what we're gonna make Benedict? Egg Benny. Eating
What
egg
the
Benny.
hell is a Benedict?
Eating egg Benny's, getting head in the Denny's. Yes?
That's more like it. Eating
Yeah,
egg Benny.
eating
Getting head
egg
in
Benny's,
Denny's.
getting head in
Eating
the
egg Benny,
Denny's.
getting head in the Denny's. Eating egg Benny, getting head in the Denny's.
Also, isn't that your girlfriend? Isn't that my girl, right?
Yeah, your girlfriend. Mayuri's not my girlfriend.
No way. Then who is?
Nobody. I don't have a girlfriend.
Really?
He admitted. He admitted.
He admitted.
I knew it. Now it's my plan. My 12-step plan begin now. Step 1: get them to marry
Now you
each
have
other.
to admit that you suck. Because you flinched.
No, stop it! I swear to God.
Listen, I hear Ivan mumble one thing, and I immediately have to prove that I knew what he was mumbling about.
I
I'm sorry.
understand. I understand. And plus, I'm not allowed to talk. I just don't like it when I'm not included. Now I have to go
Yes,
watch the whole show.
Don't worry, I can watch it with you, dude. I really like the one with Doug and like the old guy. Just
Yeah, like a little gremlin man.
hey, steering the wheel that does not fly off when I am driving.
Oh no, I have seen that one.
Yeah. I
How
think
would
we
you
showed
like
it to you.
Yeah.
Too small. You want the car to
I
be-
want the car to
Yes,
stink.
too small so that if the steering the wheel flies off when I'm driving, I'm toast.
I cannot think of any good ideas because this guy stinks so much.
Too stinky. I cannot think of it.
I like that one because like it's almost like funny that the weird guy, right, the complete psychopath that keeps giving all of these terrible ideas to the people asking for them. He's not like the guy that's vilified. He like turns it around on this like other perfectly normal guy.
Control of the situation.
Yeah, and then everyone makes fun of like the normal guy.
Teacher's pet. I
That's me.
bet you like your mother-in-law.
Paul. He admitted. Paul admitted.
Anyway.
Bottle flips.
It's okay, stop.
You like your mother-in-law.
I do like my mother-in-law.
He admitted.
Okay, that's
Oh
enough.
my
I think you
God.
should leave. That's enough.
Really? I thought he was good. Okay, are you maybe?
Huh?
Yay. Oh, don't worry. That stuff doesn't bother me, you know.
I finally figured out what she was trying to say. Oh no, it's not that.
Oh, I see. Then why? Don't you want a girlfriend?
You know you were giving Garisu hell for talking about this stuff earlier, right?
Okay. Come to think of it, I guess humans just hate it when somebody does something to them. They're more willing to do it than somebody else.
What?
I'll have to think about this.
First of all, why do you say humans like you're not one? Second of all, what?
Beep. Oh, I am a mom.
I got you this time, Zuckerberg.
Remember those court hearings when he was sitting on the boost PC?
he's a little robot alien lizard weirdo.
He's like,
I got my sweet baby
My
rays.
sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce. My sweet baby Ray's. I got the ribs on the grill. The ribs on the sweet baby Ray's. I'm serious. He was like stuck in a for loop, right? But it was like it did not have an end case, so it just like sweet baby Ray's, sweet baby Ray's, sweet baby Ray's. Jesus Christ! What do humans like? Sweet baby Ray's.
insanity.
I was supposed to be the robot. Ha 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 ha.
It's the episode where Mr. Krabs is a robot.
I thought I was supposed to be the robot. He paid his employees to laugh at that joke.
Oh, Col0n, I'm gonna wave you. Need to let you come quick.
I'll be right back.
Okay, whatever. Sally. I wonder if this would happen because of Karisu.
I could hear a small whisper, but I pretended that I didn't.
Wow, hold on. But then
What was supposed to be a short visit to the
Do
shrine?
it, and that's why she died?
What?
Tokube killed Karisu because he did her?
What?
What?
What? Wait, I mean, you came to...
Karisu just made like too good of a your mom joke, and Okabe just couldn't take
Ah!
it anymore.
You've made fun of my mother for the last time. Lick 'em of these balls, Karisu. That would almost make more sense than what actually happened.
Dios mío.
Yeah. Oh, that's why she said that. Wait, nope, I just confused Mio with mom. Whatever. What was supposed to be a short visit to the shrine ended up taking the whole day as we talked and took pictures.
We're back now.
Oh, those are outfits really... Nope. Those outfits really strain your shoulders. Oh, when we saw Ferris and Suzuwa back in their usual clothes, it finally felt like things were back to normal. Uh-oh, where are the others?
They're not done changing yet. They asked us to wait a little longer, yeah.
Mayuri, Kagura, and Lukako hadn't come out yet. Lukako most certainly hadn't.
Hey, Okarin. I think my Shin Kagura are in the same changing room as Lukako.
You know, I was
think
thinking
that's-
that... honestly, I
think
was
his
thinking the
dad
same
make him do
thing.
that.
I
Yeah,
was
but like Not like for the reason like, oh haha, dude and girls.
Yeah, no,
locker
I
room,
was
but,
just
like,
kind of concerned.
like for his dad.
Yeah.
His dad. You think he
Oh.
watches them?
Yeah, oh my god, why do we come here? That guy's a freak.
Like, listen, I've been in the shrine like once or twice. There's certain like holes in like those paper things that act as doors.
Okay. I was thinking glory holes, not peepholes.
Well, like,
Do you think he uses one as a glory hole and then a peephole? Ew. Ew. No.
Dick eye.
Ew, he's gonna get pink eye from his own cog.
It's called Dick Eye.
He's gonna get dick eye.
You're not unlocking your Sharin God. It's just pink eye.
No, they wouldn't, would they? He wouldn't get dick eye.
Anyway, now it's time for me to pretend to be Lukaku's dad. Oh, Lukaku, can you get my fastener in my back car?
That's not what Lukaku sounds like.
Oh, Luka, me too. Wait, am I doing this myself?
Okay, I think so. Wait. Yes, you are. Wait.
Maybe that's what's going in there right now. I don't know. I mixed up my impressions.
Hey, Daru.
What?
Lukaku impression.
Wow, that's a pretty good one.
Thank you.
Hey,
Okay. I'm gonna do that so many times I have to show it. Ivan,
Let me pull it up.
Thank you. We'll keep going until then, but thanks. I like, it's so funny.
I need no money.
Is something wrong with this guy?
Maho had only met Doru a few times, and she was already starting to be wary of him. Doru may act
Like,
weird, but he's
the
harmless.
full like compilation of them.
No, just that
minutes or-
specific one.
Okay.
Doru may act weird, but he's harmless, don't worry. I don't know that it's completely like worth the detour, but I feel like I'm gonna do it too many more times.
And he's also a super hacker too, yeah.
Bleh. Bleh.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
You mean hacker? Duh. A hacker? Is that true? Well, I shouldn't really be talking about it, but yeah, if you need something, you can just hit me up. I see then. Touches fingers together.
Oh no! Bobby, Rook! It's American!
What the hell?
Maho's head jerked up in surprise, and her face went pale, and sweat poured down her cheeks, and she started crying, and I followed where she was looking and saw.
You want it subbed or dubbed?
This is the most terrifying thing on the planet.
I feel like the Chappa is better, probably subbed, I think.
Yeah. Where the Japanese shaman go, Turtle?
Dr. Wisketta and Dr. Reyes looked absolutely miserable. Maho said if I came here, I could see Japanese shaman girls, but they're gone.
Like
Maybe if you weren't so busy giving Mr. Skinner over here a head in the Denny's, you would actually be able to show up on time.
He's taught me this wonderful traditional song.
It's
Button up
called
your shirt, skank.
There are no more buttons. Look.
At least get a bigger shirt so you can actually tuck it into your pants properly.
I cannot afford...
And you call yourself a professor.
No, it's... look, my shirt too small.
You can say no. I say no to giving him head all the time. And I'm right at the waist height.
Eating egg bennies, getting head in the Denny's. Eating egg bennies, getting head in the Denny's. Head in the Denny's.
It's a catchy, I'll give you that. You know... I mean, it's the Shrine Priestesses or something.
Oh, I see.
The Shrine Priestesses are done for the day because you were late.
I only remembered because doing her voice is maybe the most fun thing ever.
Holy cow, though, I did wish to come soon.
But you enjoyed shopping too.
That's what you call it nowadays, shopping.
What? No, we went to electronics
Wow,
store.
you just don't even want to admit it. So why don't you just lay off for a minute?
Also, they're adults. If they want to, like, blow each other into Denny's, it's their, they can do that.
That's indecent. We're at a shrine. Well, I guess
They
they weren't
didn't.
at the
They
shrine.
were at, are you
It's at
telling me that Denny's
Denny's is-
bathrooms are sacred?
Yeah.
No,
Have
I
you
buy
not
that.
been to America?
No, I haven't. Anyway,
Well,
there
then
were.
you should go to a Denny's, the most sacred place.
I hear it's the number one. It's America's #1 diner. Is that true?
It's I.
Huh?
How dare you? You call yourself a God-fearing American.
They were both. Wait, Maho, what was? Are you a patriot or a communist? I can't tell. Anyway, they were both
I give
holding
you
back. You're giving me.
whiplash.
Yeah, you're giving me political whiplash. Anyway, they were both holding bags from electronic stores. Yeah, so seriously, like, I watched I was watching Steins Gate with my brother, and just, it was weird having Mayuri sound like a girl, like a normal girl, and not, oh, Korean, we have to go to the, like, I prefer that, because of Ivan. And Dr. Risket, I don't think he will sound normal, he'll sound like, I am American, I go to, I'd like to use my credit card.
I have to go to work today.
You anything non-dairy? Anything gluten-free?
Anything gluten-free. They must have done a lot of shopping on the way here. Either that or very European, because if everyone has American accents, though. Which, there's no such thing as an American accent. We are the normal voice. Duh.
And that's enough. They're both equally at fault.
The two of them started to look around the shrine, not even bothering to hide their disappointment. They're perfect for each other.
We're back over.
That's your took a while, Mayuri.
Yep, Lucas' mom gave me a lot of New Year's food. She said we can eat it all together.
Right, but you didn't have to eat it right there in front of her. I mean, it was, like, polite to have some in front of her and tell her it was good, but, like, when she kept adding to the pile and you kept eating it and eating it, like, at some point it just became a game to her to see how much she could put in front of you before you gobbled it all, but now we don't have any food.
Also,
That's not my fault.
Mayor, just put this out there. I'd double check before eating food from this place.
Oh, that's true. Well, no, if it was in any way laced, like, she'd be dead now. So she's fine. It's fine. Thanks.
I mean, I guess they were also giving the same food to Lukaku, but also they were giving the same food to Lukaku.
Oh no. It's laced with soy. They replaced his red beans with soybeans.
Excuse me, can I do something?
Oh, yes.
How do you work up here?
At, my dad's feet. Oh, well, first of all, we should purify our hands and mouths there. You can see the hole in the paper. That's how you purify your mouth. And you purify your hands. Dad! It's time for hand purifying. What? I
This
see.
guy sounds like my kind of guy.
That's not holy water.
Please come with me. I'll show you how to do. How to do?
I'll show you how to do.
How to do.
How to do?
Come with me. I show you how to do. Luca led the two professors off to pray.
Wait, I think that's why Okabe was surprised. Was Lukaku saying that in English?
Oh.
I'm just be click on it.
Oh. Oh wow, good
Oh yeah,
catch.
no, they were. And Lukaku was speaking to them in English. Okay, that's why it was broken.
Oh, damn. That's neat. I show you how to do. I wondered if there wasn't some kind of religious problem inherent in this, but they were fine with it. It wasn't my place to say anything. What was more important... Whoa, I had no idea Lukaku spoke so much English.
Luca's pretty smart, you know.
Objection. Was he?
I mean, he'd make a good double agent.
And Dr. has a lot of tourists, so he says he studies, so he'll be able to answer any questions they have.
Steven is absolutely correct. He doesn't pray, he prays.
With an E.
With an E. I just discovered a surprising side to Lukaku. You know, a normal, well-adjusted, intelligent one. What the fuck did Lukaku's dad do? Hey, Mayuri, where's Kagari? I want to live in a world where I could just... Do you think I can fix Lukaku, Mayuri?
In the beta world, Lukaku is slightly more spined.
I don't know. You might be able to, but she should be out soon. Oh, there she is.
Like, you know, just a change of wardrobe, getting out of this frankly abusive household, and I don't use that word lightly.
There is a reason that Lukaku is wearing a red sweater vest now, not just because it's winter.
It's a signal of danger. It's please help me.
Yeah.
Okay, so like here's what I'm thinking. Operation Save Lukaku. Okay? Because what I just saw there, that was actually funny. He could be, you know, a normal boy. He could okay. Step 1. Out of the house. Step 2. We rent a truck. Step 3. Road trip. We do all of the manliest things to undo the sissification. Okay? We're going fishing. We're going bowling. We're going fishing again. We're going
we need to get him a
ice fishing.
forklift operator license.
We need to go get him forklift certified. We need to start going to the gym. I don't go to the gym. I'll start. We'll fix Lukaku.
Are you gonna bring me to the gym?
Yeah, sure.
Uh-oh. Oh wait, this is how I get massive gains in 2030.
That
That's
means
how that happens.
Wait, if Lukaku gets fixed later, then this is canon.
Yeah.
I hope that's just not an anime exclusive thing, and they show Lukaku getting ripped and unsissified. This is the good ending for Lukaku, which isn't saying much, but like.
And that's how Daru's a massive hunk in the future because he went with Lukaku and Okabe to the gym.
Right.
You know, prepare for World War III.
And Okabe died because he really couldn't lift that much. Which is probably how I will die.
Come on, only 30 pounds, Arterin?
Proper gym
What?
safety.
What do you mean only 30 pounds? It's with a pinky. Please let me stop.
I'm lifting 100s.
With
With
your-
my middle finger.
You're just doing that to flip me off, aren't you?
Maybe. If you could lift more, I would try with my pinky.
What is wrong with 2025 dead?
Sorry I took so long.
That was everybody then. Sorry, I just saw my life flash before my eyes, but forward. Anyway, now we just had to wait for Lukaku to finish. Ugh.
Oh, damn that. We had a wonderful experience.
Oh, it was nothing. I can't feel down there anymore. Okay, let's head back to the lab. Oh, about that, I'm actually busy after this.
What? What? You can't come over.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mayuri. Someone called off at work and they really need me.
Oh, so a red herring. Okay.
I see. Okay, I guess you have to then. Bye-bye.
I saw that both Daru and Suzuha seemed disappointed too.
Oh, what do you guys do?
2025 and 4 years.
I said what?
No.
I've got something to do after this, so I gotta go.
Me too.
Yeah, more shopping probably.
What is wrong with you? We are adults.
That is none of your business, Maho. I will dock your stipends for the week.
I'm not jealous.
Oh, hey, listen, if you want to come with us, you can.
Not with you.
I will
make just you talking about watch. I'm just talking about in general.
Hey, no, you know what, Maho? This is not to you, but thank you for everything. It was a day full of splendid discoveries, and even if I didn't get to see common girls.
That's right. It was very exciting.
Do you later than Telo try to say hi to Karitu once in a while?
Bye, everyone. See you soon. They smiled and disappeared into the bustling Akihabara streets.
Okay, let's go on too.
Yeah. Even without Yuki, there were still twice as many people as usual heading for the lab. Alright, game, I can take a hint. We can leave too.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I sent you the video. You can have that be your closing thing.
Oh, good plan,
It's-
good plan.
It's got an embed, like just one of the embedded timestamps things into it.
Oh, nice, thanks. Alrighty. Uno momento. Nah, hold on. Don't play until I tell you to. And then share the Chrome. And then do that. And then do one of these. And then alright.
One Piece. What the fuck?
Yeah, like this is what I was doing.
あれは当然ああだしな。うん。あれはもう花からなしの方向で。ともかく、こうなったら俺たち二人が最後の砦ってわけだ。まったく単純つうかだらしねえ奴らだぜ。おい、サップ。
It just they're like having this serious conversation about whether or not like she's like something or whatever. And again, I haven't gotten this far in the actual thing, but just they're having this conversation, like the last remaining bastions against her, and then just, hey, Usopp. Sorry, just does an impression of.
He's doing an impression of our reindeer.
Like right, he's right there. You can see him.
Yeah.
And then they just like, and then
Chopper impression.
yeah.
He just loses it.
And then all three of them start just going nuts. Like that's
leaving Zoro when the dub is voiced by Christopher Sabat, our very own Mr. Braun.
Chopper. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I did that one too many times for me to not show it. And I totally lied about me trying to not do One Piece jokes. Oh well. Cry about it.
I will say, I think this route, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but not necessarily. I think I like it a little more. It's a little less whiplash between World War III, death, destruction, chaos. I mean, besides the monkeys, it's a little less.
The monkeys. Okay, with this one, okay, so the other route okay, the plot points in that one, they spent a lot of time on.
Where it diverges is the car scene, then World War III,
Okay.
and then all the consequences that come from that. Well, this one's focused a lot more on
all of
Kagura
the
existing
consequences.
as a separate character.
Yeah, and this is more what I expect from Steins Gate, the sort of weirdness mixed into the normal interactions between characters, but they're not like it's still, again, we spent a good hour and a half on here's this new chick, she has amnesia. Oh, she's Kagura? Yes. She has amnesia, by the way. She doesn't remember things. Okay. Hey, want to do a New Year's party? Let's do a New Year's party. They did the New Year's party. Is that important? Is anything important besides, like, I guess now I can't say that they didn't spend time making Kagura, like, the group's friend. I appreciate that a little bit. So, I think it was... I hope it turns out to be necessary build-up, you know, and that it, like... I like the idea that Kagura is more important and fleshed out. I think that's good. But it's not like they actually fleshed her out or do anything. She's just, like, kind of shy, weird amnesia girl.
Yeah.
She has you know, the personality and character of a person who has no personality or character because they are a blank slate. So
Well, granted, it's not
It's
like we
like-
were doing anything in the other route either, Steven.
Yeah, no, things just happen to us sometimes. Because Okabe is not a character with any
It's not in control
forward
of anything.
momentum. Yeah.
He's not
agency.
in control of any of the events because the events are outside of his control because it's World War III.
Yeah.
And there are 5 warring factions that he's found himself in the middle of that he can't do anything about because they're government superpowers.
the government.
The government's a platypus.
Society is a platypus.
Corporations are a platypus. Government.
What is this flappy bird?
No, Oh no, okay, don't delete Flappy Bird off your iPhone.
What?
I
I
found
don't
on
play it
Grace's
anymore.
computer. No, don't delete it. It'll be worth it in the future.
Why
bro.
was I not supposed to?
Listen, I found some secret documents on Carace's computer that I didn't tell you about. I was able to get in, and it said don't delete Flappy Bird off your iPhone. Well, I don't know whether
If-
she was able to.
Oh, it's okay. I can just reinstall it, right?
No, you won't be able to. That's the thing. You
Oh.
can't reinstall Flappy Bird on your iPhone if you uninstall it from your phone.
I have bad news for you then.
Did you already delete it?
Yeah, I didn't play it anymore. It was taking up space.
You could have been able to sell your phone for like $1 bajillion on
I
eBay.
like my phone.
But it would have been worth $1 billion. Flappy Bird is one of the most valuable games in the market, and you just deleted it?
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
No. Well, it will be in the future or something.
Ah.
That one got me crying.
Baha.
That was prompted. Oh.
Two bath scene. So we.
What?
Whoa. Well, just the. Oh, isn't it so inconvenient when you have to
Oh,
take a
naked
shower,
fight.
Then you...
Yeah. Hate it when that happens.
Isn't that so
Oh,
inconvenient
the
thing
first
to
game
have?
CGs, the good ones. Yeah! Hooray!
Baka Bachi.
Baka
Bachi. I was driving Jonah and Grayson home today, and our Wi-Fi was like up until like 5 o'clock today. It was out for like the past 24 hours. And Grayson kept saying it was because I tried plugging in a life-size Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic to the Wi-Fi.
What?
He was like we're in the car talking, and Jonah's like, "Why is the Wi-Fi even out anyway?" And Grayson's like, "It's because I haven't tried plugging in that animatronic." He's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I got this life-size Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic, and I was trying to plug him into the Wi-Fi, and then as soon as I plugged him in, the Wi-Fi for the whole like area went out." Yeah, stuff like that, and then and it was just us like all spewing nonsense at each other until like at some sort of Jonah was just saying baka like on repeat. Then he said baka arigato or something like that. Damn, that CG hits hard, dude.
Called it.
Anyway, do you mind if we wrap it up? I
Oh.
gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. News-wise, Saturday is Judgment Day, right?
Yeah, Saturday's the day I get to pull the trigger on my favorite channel point reward on our end. So be excited for all the blackmail I guess you'll get from that. Tell everyone. I'm gonna tell everyone you know.
It's
because it's ironic. Yeah.
Funnily enough, it's like no, never mind. No. Finally, like, it's still going to be embarrassing for me to be standing next to you, but probably not as embarrassing for you to be there. So tune in for the one stream where I will be less embarrassed than Martin. It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't awaken anything within me.
It better not, or else
Martin.
it's okay though. Even if it does, we have a plan.
Yeah, I know.
I live
have a
on the
secret
second
agent
story.
code.
Oh yeah, we've got a whole bunch of contingency plans. One, I could kill you. Two, Birth of a Nation, I'm sure implanted like some sort of like programming where if you say a specific
I had to watch it for history class, I swear.
a specific phrase, then you become a racist.
That movie was something
Political
else.
pendulum 180.
Yeah, like Maho.
Yeah.
And then what else? Oh yeah, or just the road trip. Rent a truck, fishing, bowling, weightlifting.
Granted, if I have to pretend to like cross-dressing just to go on a road trip with you guys.
No. Just saying, like, we can do that anyway.
Like, I'm willing to do the road trip anyways. I don't have to.
Maybe just as a preventative measure, just
like, dressing up
afterwards,
as an
just to
anime
make
girl.
sure. Yeah, we'll get the boys' road trip. The Steins gang. Brandon Steven included, of course. Sushi, of course. bare-fisted, bare naked. Fish orgy. Okay, anyway. That is Steins Gate 0. Martin, you're allowed to pee now. Go ahead.
Okay.
No,
But
yeah, what's up?
I was just gonna say, tonight was fun. You know,
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
it sucks that Steins Gate 0
Slog.
becomes so infrequent.
yeah, slog of a start, but yeah, I had a lot of fun. Tuesday is whatever I want. No one is allowed to question me or tell me what to do. Hooray. Babysitter stream, maybe? Maybe. I'll give at least 1 day advance notice for when I do that, but, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. We're gonna flip the dynamic right back, and now I'm gonna be, uncomfortable. But anywho, later. Hopefully see you next Thursday. If it were up to me, we'll see how that turns out. Later. Good night, guys.
Bye-bye.